All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Yavin Base Team League. My name is Endless. I write at the Yavin Base blog, and I'm joined today by R1H4 and by Ellis, so I'm going to go unmute and add them to the cast shortly. But I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for watching, and as we get started here, I wanted to take care of something really quick that I've been meaning to do, and that is I started a Patreon recently. The reason I'm alerting you to this fact is because I promised some of my patrons, exactly the one patron I have currently, I promised that I would thank him on air. And so I wanted to thank Chris, also known as Chico Brew, for being a patron of Yavin Base. Chris is a friend of mine. I've known him for a little bit here, and we play Legion together. We're planning a Legion event in San Francisco in May. That's going to be a very large event. It's a 32-person tournament that we're planning. And so I wanted to just say thanks to him for supporting the channel. And again, I'll just say thanks as well to everyone who is cheering or anyone who put their Twitch sub with us. It's been a really big help to the channel. It's helped get this overlay. And it's helping defray the cost of hosting and defray the cost of the webcam that I purchased, which I'm going to be using some of today, not currently, but I'll be using it later. For the second cast, we'll have camera as well. But yeah, I just wanted to thank him on air and give him a special shout out. And again, thanks to everybody who supported the channel for our run here. It's been a great run so far, and we're going to keep it up. And thanks for being a follower and being a subscriber. So. All right, so now that that's taken care of, we're going to go ahead and flip over to the co-commentary here from, we got Ellis from Legion Command, we've got R1H4 and Screwtape from an entire Legion here. And we're going to go ahead and unmute them and get them into the cast. So here we go. Hello, gentlemen. We are live. Say hello.
Oh, it's good to be here, mate.
It's R1H4.
Governor.
Governor. All right.
I know I've always appreciated it.
Just
your
ripping.
Your thank you was well received.
Just ripping out with the Michael Caine right out of the gate.
Well, I've got to get Starscream as drunk as possible. I believe this is part of the game. R1 uses a silly voice. It's one more shot.
So we're writing a drinking game for this cast. So number one is I mute myself on accident. Number two is R1 does a silly voice, but R1 always has a silly voice. So I mean, you're just gonna get alcohol poisoned. I mean, there's no way out of it. So I mean, this is a game that you shouldn't play. It's got some balance issues. I'll just say that it's got some.
It does have some balance issues. Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. We might have to release a FAQ after a little bit after the first
we might have to errata. We had to errata someone. We had to errata this game because someone got alcohol poisoning. But the big reason that I think R1 did the British accent was a little bit of a jab at our English friends. Of course, Jay and the Silent Nobs are an English team, and Garn from an entire Legion is from the USA, so there's a little bit of UK-USA division there. And there was also elsewhere, what was it, Team Colonial, because they're all from Canada, so for some reason the Revolutionary Era is featured. I have no idea. Couldn't possibly
alive and well.
Couldn't possibly be that the rebels are Americans or something. Like, I see no similarity whatsoever. Okay, so that said, we're setting up here on Jedha. We're gonna go into a little bit of a list breakdown in just a moment here. But Jedha, of course,
significantly better than the nervous breakdown I had earlier today. But the list breakdown is a good way to do it.
Yeah, no nervous breakdowns. Okay, we're fine. We're all fine here. How are you?
We're all fine.
How many Star Wars? There's another drinking game. Every time you quote Star Wars, oh man, that's gonna be a.
Yeah, how many times do you quote Star Wars or Star Wars lines in a Star Wars game that we play with tiny Star Wars people?
Yep, near constant.
We'll all be dead.
We'll all be dead. We'll be dead.
Well, be careful.
Oh my God, we'll be dead. You'll be dead is a Star Wars quote too.
Kicking it off right. That's
I'll
for
be,
damn sure.
I'll be careful. You'll be dead. you know. Yeah.
Ellis, excuse me, Ellis, do you want to say hello? I guess since you'll be bantering with us here.
Well, yes, I already did say hello.
Not
Hello, everybody.
Endless. Ellis.
Ellis, where's Ellis?
Ellis. Ellis.
Ellis, say
Ellis.
hi.
Hello.
Speak.
Hi,
Say
Alice.
say words.
Yo, yo.
He's the strong and silent type. So fair enough. Fair
Screw
enough.
Tape is also in here as well. He hasn't spoken yet, but he's in here too.
Can you not hear me?
No,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you now.
There we go. There we
All
go.
right, so we got some scout moves here.
It's English internet. It's obviously not as good as any American one.
Hey there, Dan Wolf. So Dan Wolf Games hanging out with us in the chat today, being awesome, giving us a cheer. DanWolfGames.com, of course, one of our sponsors. So feel free to check them out. Dan Wolf putting up the majority of the prize purse for first place. Again, these players are competing for $210, divided equally amongst their teammates.
So it's Dan's money I'm taking.
Yeah, apparently. It is Dan's money
Very
that you're
nice.
taking.
Very nice. You know what? If we're gonna do some list breakdown here, Ellis, I believe this is your trash list that you've had convinced Jay to run in this.
Wow.
Why don't you give us a nice breakdown of each
Wow.
individual piece of recycled garbage that
Calling him out.
Jay has got on the table?
Hey man, R1 is an authority on garbage though, so like you should feel flattered.
He only wants to break down the list because he knows he got to play it in 3 hours and he don't have a clue
It's
what he does.
absolutely the case.
So it must be not that garbage if he's crying already.
You know, right? All right. So why don't you walk us through it, man? Let's actually talk some Legion.
Yeah.
So one commander, Rebels, which is probably pretty rare at the moment. Even my kid's crying about it. So he's just got Leia with Steam Leader and Recon. No, not Recon. Improvised orders. A big core of six C6s. 4 of them have frag grenades. 3 of them has intel. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. 2 units of full commandos with intel for that sweet range 3 scouting. And then a unit of Wookiees with tenacity, intel, and a bowcaster. So a whole lot of garbage that nobody uses.
Except for the Wookiees. And the Z6s and Leia.
Nobody uses Wookiees.
Are you kidding? Wookiees are everywhere, and where I play anyway. No, Wookiees are great.
Yeah,
Wookiees are underrated. I'll just say that they're really good though. They're not garbage.
Yeah. It basically this list drops out Luke from the Wonder Twins and adds some Wookiees and upgrades the snipers to full teams and fleshes out all the Z6 squads. And with how easy Luke is to counter, like in my opinion, I don't like Luke at the moment because he's so easy to counter. I'd rather just take some Wookiees and have more fleshed out units.
Well, that's good to hear because I think a lot of Rebel players are trying to figure out how to get out of playing Luke competitively because Luke is so good.
This is an attempt. So I've played 4 games with this list or a tiny variation. 3 with this exact list, and then 1 without the Wookiees and just small sniper team, and then the units were fully upgraded. And I'm 4-0 with it, and then in practice games I'm 3-0 with it, so I've not lost a game with it yet. Jay, on the other hand, has never played it. I just shoved it down his throat and made him use it.
So some good captaining from Ellis there, forcing his teammates to play a list he's not familiar with.
I made him use a list he's not familiar with so that we could choose who we played against.
That's very good. Very good.
That's it.
I was going to say I do. In fact, the first time I saw this, right, or at least the variant of this was last round against Clone Trapper, and the terrain played a role in that as well. But it really did that heavily focused range 3 shooting really tore apart what he had brought to the table there. when you originally put this together, was this more of a counter list for a clan specific build, or did you, after playing it, sort of realize, oh hey, I think there's some bigger potential here?
Definitely the flaws. This straight up counters Clon's list, like, because every round I've gone and looked at the previous games, and even for some rounds I've looked at games that they played like in the Invader League just to see how they played. So you can say I've try-harded the pre-game game. But yeah, it's definitely a massive counter to Clons. And then after using it at Clons, I tried it in 2 or 3 little test games against some of like the current meta list that you'd say like almost Garn's list, but Garn runs a bit of variant of it. The current like 10 activation, 11 activation Imperials, the current Wonder Twins list. I found it just got a lot of traction, and then I took it to a tournament and refined it after that.
Good deal. Good deal.
Do you enjoy playing lists without like huge centerpiece models? So, like for example, Luke, I would consider like a centerpiece of a list because he's like almost 200 points and is just such a great unit in his own right. But there's a style which is just like spam, where you just play a giant army with no like center.
Yeah, so I do like spammy lists. Like Invader League Season 2, I just used like a list nobody's ever used. It was the wrong list that I submitted, but it was still a spammy list. It was like 12 activations, 3 Wookiees, spammed troops. I just don't like I don't like a lot of points tied up into one unit, especially one unit that can get stopped. Like especially now. Previously, I'd have never had this conversation, but as soon as like Boba Fett came out, and then Royal Guard and Wookiees and Palpatines come out, Luke and like big 200-point models can just get shut down so easily. Whereas for that 200 points, like you can get 3 units of Z6s for 200 points. It gets shot. No. Like we've seen the in-game on Thursday. Nikki just whipcorded in one turn, then killed him the next turn. Like, so Luke can get the same done to him, whipcord him, shoot him dead. It's just too many points in it. Like, when it pays off, well, fine, but when when those counters to the big players like to Vader and Palp and Luke are used in almost every meta list, it's kind of I kind of wanted to find a different list, and that's why I've got this list, and then Jay's using this list as well. He's not bothered about what he plays, so I just shoved this one down his throat. But it's a big difference to using a big centerpiece, and there's a reason behind like using this list.
Oh my god, I did it! Wow, I'm muted again. Awesome. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat. You're so cool.
Drink.
For real. Drink. Oh, I did it. It was without fail. Without fail. All right. Well, thank you, Ellis, for giving us those thoughts. Those were some very good ones about how to build a list and about what to expect and how to sort of juggle it. And then, like you said, Jay just plays. He plays whatever he wants to, kind of. So he's not really beholden to one archetype like me, who's a scrub, and Luke is my crutch a little bit. So
I am scrub and Luke is my crutch.
that is true.
I like it. That's almost like those like live, love, laugh signs you see up every once in a while in some suburban home.
Just hang it up. Like, are you gonna go to Adepticon and someone sets up across the table from you with Wonder Twins? You're gonna be like, how suburban.
Oh, how basic. Okay.
What did I watch? I watched Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back while I was painting last night, and so it's because it was like the fitting movie, right? Like this is kind of what the team name is based on. It was The humor is a little dated, but it was still funny. You know.
It's a good film. It's a good film.
All right. It does look like we are continuing to deploy here. It's like
I forgot that Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill were in that movie. I'd totally forgotten that.
I mean, I did remember Mark Hamill was in it, but
Carrie Fisher was in it.
I did not remember Carrie Fisher was in there.
She played a nun, which is just great because it's
Ah,
Carrie Fisher, right? So
yeah.
Carrie Fisher playing a
Nice,
nun is perfect somehow.
nice.
So we got some guards setting up here for Garn. He's gonna put them near his snipers. It's kind of a trademark Garn play. He gets them within range 1, so that if the snipers take return fire, the guards will just pick it up instead, and the snipers will just not be wounded. Kind of nice. I think Garn has definitely chosen the correct side of the board, as we saw last time. We saw that this side of the board has 2 really good lanes that are, have these excellent hardcover stops in terms of these barricades. So they've got crazy firing lanes, and Jay wisely, at least up to now, has avoided deploying forces over here. But I think if Jay wants to deploy up over here to try to stop any kind of breakthrough on the side, he should definitely go up the stairs and use that as hard cover, rather than just get shot on the ground. But in the current setup, he might take some losses on those red guys he just put down there.
Yeah, right. This map, especially on breakthrough, is going to be an interesting run out of cover pretty much anywhere you want to go, right? You might be able to set up for a position, say, to provide covering fire or to prevent other folks from coming into your deployment zone and set up in heavy cover there. But if you're looking to get across this table, more than likely you're going to get shot in the open.
Yeah, so I mean, I wonder how you play. Like, I wonder if you just say, I think Garn has a pretty easy answer, and it's named Boba Fett because all Garn has to do is just hold in place, and then on round 6 run Boba Fett into the enemy deployment zone and win. That's all he has to do. So Garn loves breakthrough. He can just kind of at will just win the scenario. So Jay, I think, is gonna have to just play it cautiously, and just try
Right.
not to give
And
him
without
anything.
like without any kind of like force push or anything like that, he can hold back and maybe get Boba back out of the deployment zone.
He's definitely under the
yeah,
gun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's the one under pressure currently.
And I think even with the longer range fire from either the DLTs or even just the 3 snipers versus 2 on a J side, he's going to have the long range advantage as well.
Now, interestingly enough, I rate strike teams higher than the full squads, not just for points reasons, but for the fact that the heavy weapon is the leader. And for a full squad, that's not the case. So if you were trying to corner peek, you're just going to lose your sniper rifle. It's not going to be pretty. Because that strike
The full
team
snipers.
Rule, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. The full snipers win sniper wars, though.
Do they?
Yes, the full snipers win a sniper war. Even a single squad against like 2 snipers will win a sniper war.
That has not been my experience, but you've played them more than me. Like I play like 1 squad maybe with Hunter. I couldn't like get myself to commit too heavily just because I'm playing Wonder Twins, and so there's not a lot of room for a 90-point commando unit in Wonder Twins if you want to keep 10 activations.
But I could see that, right? You've got the wounds to take.
You've got
right?
the
over time.
3 wounds before. Yeah.
Ben suggesting that we tie Boba up in melee, and I kind of agree with that. Wookiees are still a good target for the Flamer Boot Spike, though, and he doesn't even need to pierce them. Flamer Boot Spike against a full squad of Wookiees is still 6 red, so you're on track to kill 2 Wookiees with that.
Yeah.
But you'll still be in melee. Probably better to just whipcord and peace out. But yeah, I think Wookiees are definitely the big whipcord target in this list. So it looks like we got Veers. Where did Veers go? He hasn't deployed yet, has he? No, he Oh, leading from the front is General Veers. He's like, I'm here, I'm ready. But Veers is not in a position currently where he can max firepower damn near anything, which is good for Jay. Is Boba just gonna start on the tower just for cool points? It's like I'm Boba Fett. I'm the end boss of this map. Like flying down from the sky, a pistol in the air. Anyway, we should talk about Garn's list because Garn, we haven't talked about it yet. So Garn is running that Veers, that sweet Veers Boba that we've seen him running with the Officer DLT Stormtrooper. 2 snipers and a unit of Royal Guard with Electro Staff Tenacity, no environmental gear. It's a very clean list at 799. I think one of the better lists that's out there right now. We know that Garn does not run coordinated fire because he has Boba cards instead. He says he prefers discipline over coordinated fire, and I totally agree. This list is not a coordinated fire list, although it certainly could use it.
Yeah.
But I think he's correct not taking coordinated fire in a list like this, just because the token mix is so broad. You've got specials, you've got operatives, you've got core, and you've got general, or got commander. So improv, definitely a good take on the turns where you don't control Boba. I mean, just good in general, really, for holding the special forces back. I mean, the guards, I guess, would be what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like because Garn has deployed in this lane, Jay is trying to play the opposite side with the stairs. And I agree with that completely. That was this conclusion I came to, having played on this map in a similar situation, where it seemed like my Imperial opponent just was going to make it very hard for me to actually get anywhere safely. You basically just have to use the Shrine Wall, which is this giant line of sight blocking terrain piece. Which is also perfect for Luke because it's height 1 as well, and so Luke can jump over it from hiding and just start chopping people up. And when Luke is done, he'll just force push and jump back over the wall. But there is no Luke to speak of that Jay has. Instead, he has the Ellis special here with double full commandos and Wookiees, which I dig, man. I love high quality troopers. They're fun to use. They're definitely better than Z6s.
This is, I mean, it is going to be interesting in the fact that right now, essentially, they're on 2 different firing lanes, right? The mass of each player's troopers. Boba's kind of the only one that has any kind of line of sight down to the ground here. So will he be able to move Boba? Is he going to try to use Boba aggressively? Is he going to try to keep him up in this tower? I'm not quite sure. I mean, unfortunately for Garn, there are two groups of commandos that can pretty easily lay into Boba. I'm thinking just with a move and shoot, and still remain in a relatively safe place behind that wall.
You know what I would do? I would actually lead off with the backpack rocket in a deliberate attempt to lose priority. A lead off backpack rocket, go last with Boba, and then just dump on one commando squad and wipe them out fully. Because that's the thing with Boba Fett and the backpack rocket, you can actually just clear a squad of commandos instantaneously.
Yeah, and I can see Jay making some measurements there, and I think, I mean, he saw the numbers go all the way up to 19 there, but if we're measuring horizontally, I think they might even be within range 3 now.
Definitely, for sure. And like, I don't know where his Leia's going. I mean, Leia clearly wants to bombard something, but I mean, what do you bombard? It's all being soaked by the IRG. Looks like setup is complete, so we're going to head into turn 1 here of the second game of the YBTL final. We got some cards coming out here. It's going to be an exciting match. So good luck to both players. And we will see who comes out on top. We got some battle cards being dropped here for both sides. Let's see what they are. It is push versus assault. Wow, so Garn winning priority. Not what I expected. Both sides using a neutral command card off the top here. Very interesting. So Jay losing priority, but push going to Boba Fett and a sniper. So he's got activation control on Boba Fett. He's got one sniper that'll go first and try to pick something off here. And it looks like the assault is going to the special forces, which is great, I think.
Yeah, right. I mean, if he can get most of those tokens out of his deck, he's going to have some pretty solid activation control for the rest of the round. And those
Definitely.
commandos are going to be important if they can go first. Now, as Ben is mentioning in the chat here, the Boba Fett is within distance 1 of the guards there. And looks like we're going to get an opening sniper shot, just a crit.
Well, that will be enough. A free wound there, basically. Looks like it was on a rebel trooper. So that will be a trooper down. 1 critical hit. So the sniper already claiming its first victim here. If that is the tenor of the game, I'm not sure. I'm not sure Jay has a chance. It's a good way to start it off. Just automatically killing something.
Right, and I think
crit and pierce is such a devastating combo. It really is.
I have to wonder. Like, I am still quite curious how this wall flank and particularly these commandos are going to work out here. Yep. Now checking the horizontal measurement there, confirming that Boba Fett is within 6. And
he's definitely
now
within
saying,
6.
yep, definitely within 6.
Range is measured horizontally, not vertically. Or range, more to the point, range is not spherical. It's more of a disc. Or, well, strictly speaking, it's cylindrical.
Oh, well, I'll have to go back to Pythagoras to work on that geometry there.
Clearly, yeah, geometry is important in games like this. It's a very important skill to have. It was even more important in X-Wing. Looks like the commandos have a... Oh, they have a death wish. They're trying to beat on Boba Fett here. Like, if I can get
and like I mentioned, it's
range 3 with sharpshooter. This could be good. I mean, killing Boba Fett would be excellent. Not only do you get a points lead, you kill the most threatening unit that could break through.
I mean, it's a lot of dice that he can spit out here, and he'll have plenty of cover along this wall here. So yeah, I don't know.
And like, by no means was this a guaranteed win for Garn coming into here. Like, let's just say that Jay is a very competent player, so there really is no telling who is going to win here.
At least somebody has faith in him.
That's Captain Ellis saying someone has faith in him. I do. I have faith. I mean, he's a rebel player. I have to have faith. Rebellions are built on hope,
Ellis is really just saying that just so that when Jay watches the replay, he can hear the strong, confident voice of his leader telling him it's
Jay's a rebel player, but he's not really a rebel player. He just plays both. Whenever he just plays whatever. He's a whatever player. Just plays whatever.
He has no allegiance.
I think he's played Imperials twice, Rebels twice in this matchup, and then last tournament he took Imperials, and the tournament before that he took Rebels. So he just plays everything.
That is an excellent sniper shot. 3 hits after cover.
That's why he's not good at anything.
It looks like that was a Guardian hit. Yep, nailing. I think that was just one on Boba, or excuse me, 2 on Boba with the Pierce.
Yeah, I don't think they did this dice pool correctly.
Yeah, it should be 3 saves on Boba and 2 saves on the other guy.
No, he Guardianed 2 off.
No, it's not. Yeah, he's God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Endless confused me. God damn it.
Yeah, light cover turns 4 to 3, and then he gets a save back after impervious. But still, Boba Fett is going to take a couple wounds there, I'm pretty sure.
No, he took 0.
He Guardianed it. Okay.
Yep.
So he lost a Royal Guard there.
Lost the Royal Guard. Yeah, had to pull him off the table. I think that was the Electro staff.
And then Boba Fett had to make the impervious save against the crit, and he did save both. So the Pierce not helping there. So impervious in negating the Pierce completely, but still a pretty worthy shot by those commandos.
Agreed, and definitely taking out an entire guard there right off the bat. I mean, is almost as good as getting a wound through on Boba. So, not bad. Oh, not bad.
These commandos do not have Hunter, they only have Recon Intel. And Hunter commandos would be just baller in this because they could kite with an aim. Like, especially against Boba Fett. Like, if you put a wound on him early and Hunter turns on, they just shoot back up constantly, and they'll always have Hunter on them. Being joined by the Stabcast guys. Hello, Stabcast. Good to see you. And of course, Kingsley. Good to see you, Kingsley. All the personalities from the Discord and from various parts of the Legion community joining us for this on this fine day for some excellent Legion that is going to happen here. So it looks like a DLT shot is going to put a crit through on someone. I'm not sure who he found there. He found there. I think it was again at a Rebel Trooper squad at range 4.
Yep.
Will they save it? They will not. So another casualty. The DLT chipping a crit through the cover and getting hold of another Rebel Trooper. So that squad now being reduced to 3 members. But he's got 6 Z6 squads. So, losing a couple Rebel Troopers, probably no skin off his back, in all honesty.
Agreed.
He's got 30 wounds of Rebel Troopers with Z6s, and then he's got 12 wounds of Wookiees, and then 10 wounds of Commandos. So a lot of wounds here for this list. It's something like 40-odd wounds total, which is pretty good.
It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so we've got
I am
2
fearful for these
activations
Commandos. I truly am.
Yeah, and Garn, of course, having a pull from the stack there, taking them a slightly different direction. But you're right, no backpack rocket or maximum firepower to start the round.
What we may see from both armies is toilet bowl. That's usually what happens on a major offensive breakthrough where they just kind of circle each other.
Yep, that's fair. I do have to wonder if right, because I mean he does have that beefy set of snow troopers in the background there. I mean, this is if he could get some of that last first activation sequence going, that could be of some very tasty, well-grouped targets on the other side of that
barely
wall.
Missing range through on Boba there. Darn. That scout move really paying off with the Commandos because they're able to force shots early on vulnerable targets. But barely missing that range through on Boba Fett, so that is a little bit painful. He can change his move if he wishes. Doesn't have to commit to that. You can still measure. So it is not something that he must do now that he's done it. So he is able to change his mind if he so pleases.
Yeah, and it's not like it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is close, but it's not like a wiggle of the tape measure is going to be able to get that extra maybe half an inch there.
It's at least half an inch off, which is plenty. Double moving, wow, very aggressive in the face of what's coming the other way. But again, like,
wow,
I think if he just sends all of his troops behind this wall en masse, Boba will have to walk the other way because Boba cannot live being shot by an entire enemy army, generally speaking.
It's true.
He's very strong one-on-one, but against like massed firepower, he crumbles. Thank you, Ben. Toilet Bowl is a very inspired name.
Yes, I do. If I remember correctly, there was in fact an Akbar toilet bowl from back in my Armada days. But yes, this is. I think you're going to end up with a very similar, shall we say, counterclockwise movement here. So I guess this would be a toilet bowl from Down Under.
Maw the Void, please. That's a magic card. Maw the Void also. I mean, it could be Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know. No, it would have to not make sense and also have no like of or the in it. Like Blue Eyes White Dragon has absolutely no prepositions in it.
Okay. Okay.
So you got to take all the prepositions out.
So let's see. Would this would be like reverse clock death spin.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Reverse clock death spin. I'm digging it. I'm sure many of you have seen I don't know if the bathroom in your local game store has it, but there's a from Munchkin. It's called the Headmaster, and it's like an angry toilet bowl with like a wizard with like a wizard hat or something.
Mm,
And it's like +2 if you washed your hands or something like that.
nice, nice. It does look like he's going to get a clear DLT shot over here. Being able to scope that entire rebel squad out of cover, so just making some minor movements and adjustments here.
And he's got the DLT perfectly placed to deny cover, so this could be a couple wounds coming in. It will be 2. Let's see what happens. Will he make the unlikely double save here? Yes, he will.
Ow!
Wow. Did I call that or what? I was like pressing it.
Well, you may have pressed that little roulette button, or excuse me, that little magnetic button under the roulette table there to help out
No way.
Jay. But looks like that's just gonna be the way it is.
No, man, I'm no Ferengi. I don't play that way. Sorry, that's the Dabo wheel, not the roulette table. Wrong IP, but
wrong IP. Completely.
I'm sure there are some people who are fans of both. I never understood
the You don't want to get sued.
I know. I never understood the rivalry between those two. I really never did. It's like, why can't we live in peace and harmony? Like, I don't get it.
Well, he's spoken like a true member of the Federation.
Exactly. I just don't get it.
All right, let's see. It looks like Jay's trying to figure out what to activate here. Maybe activating a Leia.
Activating a Leia, huh? Let's see what she has in store. She can inspire, and she can give out dodge tokens to the appropriate units. Which, I mean, what do you think are the most vulnerable units right now? Like, I'm not seeing. Like, I think the ones that were vulnerable have been shot. Like, I think that's what's going to happen. I think we might see a lot of movement this turn, and not a whole lot more attacking, except from Boba Fett.
Yeah, I'm honestly not quite sure. It's
he's going to want to go last with these yellow commandos, no question.
Yeah,
I think anyway.
I think I don't know. I think Garn's going to be setting up for a could be going with, oh no, wait, which one is the snowtrooper leader? Oh, he's way in the back there, and that's General Veers. Well, that is disappointing, because I really was, at least when I was looking at it originally, if Veers was the leader of that snowtrooper platoon, that's an easy 2-move steady shot into some guys in the open on the other side of that wall. Then, then a maximum firepower, probably not a whipcord, but just for the priority, and a go first flamethrower shot with those snowtroopers. But I mean, that does, of course, if that was the case, does put the snowtroopers in a pretty rough spot for return fire and so on and so forth. So maybe Garn's got some different plans there.
So this is typical Garn. It's also just good Legion. If your opponent is letting you have a part of the board, go get it. And that's exactly what's happening here. Garn is just taking board on the short edge and trying to create a flank. And I think that's wise, especially because if he can circle around the statue and come toward the middle, he'll have a chance at cutting Jay's army in half here. That's kind of what he's really good at doing. Garn is extremely good at like taking a couple units, putting them off to the side, and hiding them, and then just making a really precise strike around 3 or 4, and just blowing you away because he can force a couple out of cover shots.
Yeah, agreed.
And the officer DLT is perfect for this, and lo and behold, there it is on the flank as
it almost always is.
Right, as it almost always is. Because these officers make storm units into very independent operators, and subsequently very dangerous as well.
All right, Jay's activating these guys in the back here.
Did Leia pick
They
up?
did get their, they did rally.
Oh, they rallied. Okay, I thought Leia picked up their suppression with Inspire, but she was too far away.
Yeah, she, yeah, no, instead she picked 2 up off of that one that was closer to her. And now he's moving as fast as he can towards this building, looking for a dodge. Yep, getting a dodge with some cover there. Hopefully trying to get these troopers out of harm's way, and maybe even trying to pull, if you want to call it a reverse Garn, trying to let them hide until they can get a better shot after these stormtroopers approach.
Yeah, I feel like if he had a fleet trooper squad, they'd be perfect for this job as a shortstop.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
It's funny, like Orchimedes calls these units linebacker units, and I'm calling them shortstops. So I don't know, baseball, football, whatever.
What's let's see. Let's I mean, let's think of maybe is there a more international name we can give them?
Fullback.
A fullback. Okay.
Yeah, fullback.
Okay. Fair enough. There we go. We've done it.
Or just defender, because you know they use.
That seems too generic. I think I kind of like the fullback option, because you could even that could even translate into American football. All right, because you might occasionally send your fullback to defend your quarterback or something like that if somebody's blitzing.
Right, because like when we play American soccer, European football, fullback is the term we use for defender. So
maybe we could even ask the chat, what's another good name for these boys hanging out in the backfield here, trying to intercept folks headed towards an objective.
Yeah, help us contribute, or help us decide what we want to do if you want to contribute to the discussion.
Right, and that way we'll just steal your idea, and then we'll claim it as our own.
Yeah, this is called crowdsourcing. Welcome to
welcome to our crowdsourcing Kickstarter program.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the savage truth. Let's be real. Institutionalized theft of community ideas. Like
Veer's activating, passing out some aim tokens to Boba and a stormtrooper unit, and then taking cover behind a building here.
Yep, there he goes. Whoop. Just he's wow. When do you play MF? Because everything is so line of sight blocked right now. Like, when does that happen? I don't even know.
Right, that maximum range 4, or excuse me, minimum range 4 on both bombardments here. Everybody's gonna be really close together really quick here. Zyconia coming up with the classic internet response, Defender McDefender face.
It's like Bodie McBoat face. I dig that. Defenseman, I like that. It's not gender.
Cricket.
It's not gender neutral, unfortunately. So.
Bowlers.
Bowlers is good. It's also gender neutral. I like it.
It's okay. All right. Bowlers, like that hat I wanted to buy that my wife wouldn't let me.
So we got some Wookiees here. They're gonna start moving up, getting ready to charge, or do something cool. Hopefully something cool. Wookiee shooting is pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm a pretty big fan of it. I know.
Yeah, I like the Wookiees a lot. I wanted to take them to LVO, but I just didn't have enough practice with them. And, and like what kept happening when I put them on the real table was that they kept getting seen, and my opponents were hyper aware of their presence, and they would like make a very like concerted effort to make sure they died. And that was wise, because Wookiees when they make contact are really hard to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
But basically you have to have a path for them. If there's no path, and if there's no like line of sight blocking, good luck to you. Like that's kind of the story with Rebels in general. It's probably not just a Wookiee problem.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Wookiees, unlike, your average Rebel Trooper squad, are multi-wound, so that's kind of nice.
All right, he's got one move up into take position on that crater.
Yeah, and they don't have to slow down because they're Wookiees. They got unhindered. They got just baked in.
They're so angry, and they're taking a dodge token. Not a bad move. Not a bad move.
Sweeper is good. Genghis Khan hooking us up with Sweeper. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially works with the shotguns from the Fleet Trooper.
Yeah. Looks like we've got some sniper fire coming down here. Trying to line up a shot. Looks like he's going to have visibility to at least one.
Oops, that gun's sticking out there. That could be the end of that commander, or that rebel trooper there. Double hit. There it goes.
Boom.
Doesn't even need the aim token. Bam. So there goes a rebel trooper. So picking off Trooper Jeff there. Sticking his gun out too far. So whenever I play Minefield, I have this, I usually dodge my rebels, and I send like one guy around a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes he lives,
Trooper Jeff. Okay,
Trooper Jeff.
Fair enough. Trooper Jeff.
Usually
it's better than Trooper. Well, I don't know. I if I was gonna send somebody out to get busted, it would probably be like a Chad, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He doesn't want to, but the sergeant probably put a gun to his back and said, "Get out there."
Yeah, probably.
We need to sweep these mines, Chad.
Oh gosh. We have a Chancellor 87 in the chat on his way to a Sandals resort.
Yes, of course. Trooper Chris. That's
Trooper Chris. There you go. Or Kevin. I don't know.
No offense to Christ. I mean, I didn't think we were going that far. May just be a typo, but you can never be sure. I mean, you don't ever want to take that not seriously.
So it looks like these rebels are vaulting over this little flange on this building here.
Yep.
And they're gonna
flange. I like it. Yep.
They're gonna go ahead and do two difficult moves into this area terrain to get some cover.
I did have. I think my doctor told me I had a flange once, but thankfully I was able to get that cleared up.
Some flanged mace.
Just a quick. Is it me or is that flanged, sir?
Is it flanged or flanged? I don't know. I can't.
Pretty sure. At least the hardware term is definitely flanged.
I can't pronounce words. Like, you know me.
Well, I figured it was
is it really
slip of the tongue.
Is it really flange? I'm sorry.
I think it really is. I think it really is. Like if you have like a pipe or something with a flange on it, right?
All I can think of
maybe I'm wrong.
All I can think of is Panthro from Thundercats and the Samo flange.
Well, I mean, I think that is a completely different tool. So you might be right. The Samo flange is a bit. Is it a Samo
Bring me that blasted Samo flange. What the F is a Samo flange?
There's some good Foley work there, sir.
Yeah.
All right, now I have to actually look it up here. Phalange.
Yeah, like a finger, right? So your phalanges are your fingers.
Yeah, I am afraid. Let's see. I'm afraid it is flange.
So we got Royal Guards moving up here, taking a tighter position against this line of sight blocking terrain, trying to keep themselves from being hit by snipers. Maybe bombard next turn. Leia not in the best place to bombard. Speaking of which, and bombard past round 2 is generally kind of hard to pull off.
Yeah.
Although Leia could just take a move to her left here and just look down the corridor. I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah, also true. Could easily sort of get around, just take a step the other direction and get a bombard off. Maybe maybe this short stormtrooper unit, that might be tough.
Neil.
But
Trooper Neil.
Trooper Neil. Oh, Neil, that guy.
Zakonia coming up with that one. Neil. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid Google says.
Google confirms it as flange. All right.
Yep.
Well, I will adjust my pronunciation accordingly.
Well, and that's really what we're here for, is to provide an open and honest learning environment for for all people as much as possible.
If only we were so lucky.
If only we were so lucky.
No, man. People tune in for the banter and the salt. Don't get me wrong. This is very this is very casual compared to the normal levels.
That's true. It's true. Well, I don't know if you put the mature content filter up, but I was at least attempting to restrain myself for the first
No, I think
for the first game
I
here.
think I drank more water than usual this morning. That's why I'm not so salty. Give it time. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Stabcast, for saying give it time. I like that.
All right. Well, looks like we're getting a bit of some odd corner peak action here with these
Oh,
snow troopers.
this is not a legal cohesion. let me advise.
I think he did have the tool out earlier, but I think, yeah, he's got to double check.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him because they have to be legal moves, and these corners sometimes result in funky. So like, yeah, there's no way those snow troopers could make that in a speed 1 move. No way in hell. So that is not legally cohered. Can the IRG see Boba? Interesting question.
I think that is.
I think
that is a yes.
I think he
If
can.
anything, he can see that guy in the back. Yep.
You can see the pole of the guy in the back. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Well, I mean, it is technically coming from the IRG's perspective, but if anything, the IRG will definitely be able to see the gun protruding out on that tower there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it isn't nearly as close, but or as concrete as it looks. But yeah, I can see a little gap. Maybe it's a shoulder pad there, but that's yeah. He's still got line of sight there. Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still LOS. Because it's not Boba needs to see, it's that the guard needs to see, right? It's tough because you can't determine it
right,
because
you can't get the camera down that far. Yep.
Yeah, you can't get the camera down that far. So you try to look from the model receiving the bonus. And I think if you look from Boba's shoulder pad, you could see the head of the guard.
Yep. And that's essentially what I've got right here. It is close.
It's super close.
I will not deny it, but
almost coin flip worthy, almost.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for speed of play,
Jay's just sort of throwing his movement tool around back there, not having a single clue where he's going to move that rebel trooper in the back.
Nope. Actually, we're doing pretty well. We're less than a half hour in, and we're almost done with round 1. So that's actually a really good pace of play. I think we will see round 6. But then again, turn 2 is the turn that usually takes the longest because that's when battle is actually joined. So
that's when stuff gets real.
Yeah, that's when stuff gets really real. Blue is Garnanana. So the way we've done this is that the player names are the corresponding player colors in the overlay. So Garnanana is blue, so his name is in blue in the upper left, and then Oddity J is right, and he's red as well. So it's kind of how we tried to make it clear, but we'll see about fixing it in the future.
We are accepting feedback of all types.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In this open and honest learning environment.
But yeah, like it's generally speaking left blue, right red, and then then their faction symbols nearby. So Jay has the rebel faction symbol next to his name, his team name underneath, and then his general underneath that.
All right. Well, looks like this does not have range 3, but Looks like can get an easy move. He's already got the aim from Veers. Be able to get up to range 3. Trying not to get too close. Yep.
Yeah, now some Storms might be able to force some shots here. This is a problem when you go too far forward too fast. And it's very careful. You have to be very cognizant, I think, as just a general rule, of what has not activated on your opponent's side, what could possibly come and shoot you in the face. And these Storms are about to do just that. And they literally do not care. They're like, we see some Rebel Troopers in light cover with no dodge, we're going to go get some casualties. So here they come. 5-man Storm unit with an aim token from Veers. Gonna blast these green Rebel Troopers and see what they can get. 4 hits on the rollout. That's pretty good. How many will this aim convert? Let's find out. 1 more conversion. So 4 saves. That squad is in danger for sure. 2 to 4 wounds possible coming in on this squad here. And they'll take 3 of them. So right in the middle of that range.
So everything but the Z6 and the commander. But thankfully that 1 save will keep the Z6 on the board there.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that they would save more than 2. Saving 1 is pretty expected. Unless they get some kind of godlike rollout and just roll like 3 saves, which is like super lucky. Though it's happened to me. It's happened where I get like, you know, a surge and 2 blocks. Sometimes you do get full saves on white dice. It is possible.
Looks like these commandos have been waiting for their moment, and their moment has arrived.
Their moment has arrived. They're gonna move up here and try to shoot something. I don't know if I like them going now, although what does he have left that can go? I think they're the last unit for him.
Yeah. I think he does know that if he moves up there could be
wait
dangerous.
Wait a minute. How is this possible?
What's that?
So he lost priority, yet he's not going last. How is this possible?
He's got 1 left in the command stack.
Oh, he does. Okay, never mind then. Okay, so they're correct now. Yeah, he should pull from the stack and not go with the commandos yet and force Boba to commit before going with the commandos. And if Boba flies away, fantastic, because then he gets a free shot on out-of-cover stormtroopers and could possibly wipe them out. But yeah, he definitely needed to hold these commandos where he held them for as long as possible. Sean Morris joining us. Sean Morris, one of our sponsors. Check him out on at the Terrain Studio on Facebook. Sean will be coming to LVO. I hear he's working on a coordinated fire train as we speak. I think his current record is 21 aim tokens. I mean I'm not joking actually. It's 21. Like it really scares me, man. Like I think coordinated fire training onto a Weiss ATST is absolutely brutal. So Garn measuring, just trying to see what the Wookiee charge range looks like here before he commits with Boba Fett. A smart thing to do. Boba going for it though. Trying to get that there range too. Maybe he thinks Boba will whipcord next turn. That's really dangerous. Like I'm not sure why he would go forward here. I wouldn't run Boba in front of my opponent's army if I had the option not to, but Garn is a superior Boba player, so we'll see what happens.
You know, he might even be trying to bait those commandos forward. You know, it does look like it might be tough for those commandos to even get line of sight down at Boba.
Oh, you know what he could do? This tan trooper squad is in danger of being killed by Boba Fett completely.
Right.
So yeah, I think was that what you were saying? I'm sorry, I lost the thread for a second.
It's all right. I mean, clearly he's going for the green one.
He's going for the Z6 apparently. Maybe he's
split. He's split targeting. Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna split fire and see if he can get 4 casualties. Oh, not with those dice. Double hit though.
It pays off though.
Pays off. Yeah, those guys are probably dead. he should really just roll the white dice. It's two white saves. You don't have any cover against Boba. Aim token bailing him out there. Yep, there it
That'll
goes.
do it for that platoon.
That'll
Or
do
that
it.
unit.
And Boba moves off. So Veer's handing him that aim, which came in handy for sure. And now split fire against the troopers in the light cover. No cover granted though. Let's see if his dice just natural roll 2 hits, just 1, and then he can try to save it. So 1 and 3 to live. It's not Pierce. It's not Pierce. Just the wrist rocket. Ah, almost. Nope. Dice teased him there for a second. So Boba Fett killing 3 troopers, eliminating an activation. A great play there.
Now the real question is, will Boba take a hail of fire in return?
Yeah, how badly punished will Boba be? He flew away from the Royal Guard, I'm pretty sure. If he's in range 1,
certainly.
It's barely in.
Yeah, no, I think he's way out of those Royal Guards.
Ben suggesting a flamethrower next round, possibly. I'm pretty sure he wants to play Whipcord and get Boba out of there.
That's fair. Looks like my connection has finally failed.
All right.
You know, that's that hotel internet.
That St. Louis hotel internet, not so great.
So sometimes the Courtyard Marriott just not really taking a lot of time investing in its infrastructure here, but I'll get back into this game.
Yeah, advising everyone in the game that no need to stop play, just keep playing. So again, Jay now has to go to the Commandos. This is a big decision too because Commandos are some very valuable units. These Commandos are 90 points each, and they are extremely fragile. Wow, not what I would have expected. Moving them back. Wonder if he's going to try to force a sniper shot on something. Okay, so he's taking the safe route. He's not trying to force a shot here. He's just going to move him up. But the thing is, he's blocked by his own minis. He can't actually... There's actually no way to place this leader legally down here. So the commandos are not actually going to do any damage. This turn, anyway. But I feel like a commando ambush could have had some possibilities there against Boba Fett.
Yeah. I mean, playing it safe isn't necessarily a bad way to go. And just sort of dealing with the realities of Boba. If he had moved those guys up to the top, of that building, that would have been a pretty prime maximum firepower shot the next round. Really then sort of digging into the commando capabilities.
So if we look at the board state overall, Jay has pretty much collapsed his army into the space behind this shrine wall. His entire army, minus 1 trooper unit, is behind this wall now. And Garn has kind of split his attention. He split off 2 trooper units. They're going to the flank. And the bulk of Garn's army is still kind of hanging out in this corridor area. So not a whole lot of movement necessarily, but Jay did like shift his army forward, generally speaking. And now the command card selection phase of turn 2 is up. We're going to see what they pick. We could see any number of cards from Boba Fett here. All of the cards from Boba are pretty good here. He's out of charge range of the Wookiees. Looks like it will be the backpack launcher versus ambush. Okay, so maybe these commanders are going to go for it. Maybe the Wookiees are going to go for it. Hard to say. But whatever the case, so this is interesting. So Jay picked a low priority card after losing an activation. So now Garn gets 2 activations at the end of this round for free. Which is a bit of an issue, I think. If those activations are good ones. What is he doing? He might be ambushing rebel troopers. That is odd to me.
Interestingly enough, I cannot find Jay's game in the old TTS list anymore.
You
So
might
that's
you might want to restart your client.
no, done that already. At any rate, we're gonna see what we could do here. I mean, clearly it's my fault here, not anybody else's.
Oh wow! So Jay ambushed and he's tying Boba up in melee. That was unexpected. This is a cool play though, I gotta say. But you gotta imagine the guard will just get freed up though, or they'll just get freed up by these guards. But man, that's kind of fun. It quashes Boba's damage for a little bit here.
It does. It does. But I mean, yeah, you're right. Like the guard can easily run in there, free him up.
Well, the best thing about it though is that Boba can't shoot, and Boba cannot actually kill his way by himself. Kill his way out of this.
I mean, yeah, that is fair, but it also provides Boba with a fair amount of sort of,
Like
Boba
protection.
also can't be shot.
Yeah.
It's a very bad play.
Thank you, Ellis.
It's just made Boba safe for till the last two activations, and he activates the Relgar, charges and kills them, and then goes with Boba who's free.
But
So
Jay,
it's just basically saved out. It's just basically saved Garn's Boba Fett for him.
so it looks like now the stormtroopers that had moved out took another shot at the same target, but they had their hits saved by the rebel troopers, rolling 2 surges on defense there, and now they're ducking back behind a corner. Garn is just not advancing at all. He's kind of just hanging back and saying, "Fine, you came to me." I'm very curious though, this play with Boba Fett here, if it'll actually pan out. I think they're just going to get countercharged, and then Boba will be free to do whatever he wants to do.
That last activation with that yellow unit squad, he should have moved him into the middle, shot through the light cover, which is nothing, into Boba. Done a bit of damage, activated one pip, shot him again, and then moved away. Probably could have killed Boba.
That's what I would have done. That was actually what I was thinking.
Boba Fett could have been dead now.
A commando double tap would have been a lot better.
Yeah. And the second time, if you really want to hone down on the Boba kill, you could just aim and leave the commandos to die, but for a Boba kill.
Yeah, I would have much rather seen the commandos do a double tap move, but it looks like they are doing something else. They're moving up here. They got range 3 and plenty. What will they shoot? There's a storm squad. There's Veers with Esteem. Well, not Veers doesn't have Esteem, interestingly enough. What if he just kills General Veers?
It could be a good shot right into Veers here, although it looks like it will still be through the heavy cover, possibly.
Hyper risky to do this, but hey, you make the big plays.
Well, I mean, I'm more than welcome to be surprised and be wrong here, but I think, yeah, if he does move around, he could. Who is he trying to get a good shot on from that angle?
He's pinging someone. I'm not sure who he wanted to shoot. I guess wrapping Boba up in melee like this ensures that at least for the time being, his commandos will not get backpack rocketed.
Yeah, I mean,
still just charge him.
I kind of agree.
If right, I mean, if there was a way to mitigate it, I guess this is a way to do it. There is still a chance, right, even after an IRG charge, that
the commandos could fuck it.
That right, those because there's still four minis left in that rebel trooper squad, so there's still I think there's still a pretty good chance that that those troopers will be alive. There's a good enough chance, right, that it could be possible Boba has to boot spike somebody instead of making that backpack rocket shot.
I feel like the guard will just eat them.
Yeah, if he doesn't do it, then he stops the battle. Like if he doesn't kill them, then he's stopping the battle backpack rocket's good. If he doesn't stop the backpack rocket, then he's almost wasted a unit and give the guard a target that they didn't already have.
So he's moving this commando
He's give the
squad
guard some.
and cohering them around the crater here. And then they're going to shoot something downfield. I'm not sure what, because he hasn't used the attack button just yet.
He's special.
We have some deadly honest commentary from
Hey, those storms are
from the team manager here.
Those storms and veers are out of cover.
There's no point lying.
So he'll take 4 on whatever he just shot there. He's gonna lose 3 models or take 3 wounds on something. So those storms losing 3 there. He actually couldn't see that one. I'm pretty sure. No, he could actually. He could see the base. Never mind.
He's new to the squad. Oh, so I missed it. What happened to? There was 2 stormtrooper units. Ah, there the other one is. No, bad. I can see it. It's hid under the hid. Yeah.
So the commando is doing some damage over there. If he had been able to finagle it so he couldn't have seen that one trooper, he would have killed the DLT out. Or scooped that DLT out. Starscream saying Veers is going to give the Royal Guard an aim token and beat them down. I totally agree. And now will he get the Z6? No, the guard whiffed this Z6 shot. Not the guard, but the snipers whiffed this shot here. And fail to kill the Z6 out of this Tan Rebel Trooper unit, but they do add a second suppression, which is nice. So now it's back to the Rebels again. A quick Special Forces activation here. Now the question that I have is what's the rest of his army going to end up doing here? Like the Wookiees will advance. They'll do something. They won't be able to shoot because there's a Rebel Trooper unit in melee with Boba Fett.
The Wookiees don't need to do anything.
No?
The Wookiees don't need to do anything.
No, all they have to do is just post up for next turn, right? They don't have to actually do anything.
They're almost like Royal Guards. They're a late game unit.
Yeah, they don't have to do anything at all.
I think that's why a lot of people thought Wookiees were bad when they first came out, because people used them to rush in. And they can rush in, don't get me wrong, but they're a very finesse piece that you just have to fiddle around with for the first couple of turns and then get them in a nice position.
Yeah, they're meant to overwhelm units with far fewer wounds than them, is what they're trying to do. And by far fewer, I mean like a damaged Stormtrooper unit. They'll just charge in and just murder it. It won't even be a problem for them, because they're going to roll like 5 to 6 hits. Because they have Black Dice with Surge plus Tenacity to boost it. Like, you're going to kill something, usually. Sometimes you get punished, though, and your opponent rolls like 5 blocks, and you just feel sad. But yeah, that's dice games. That's just part of what happens.
That's not going to be right back. I'm going to see if I can rejoin. Good.
Yeah, restart. Oh, restart your stream. Here's your Steam.
Both players do have improvised orders. Possibly the best card in the Han pack, besides Han. Improvised orders for sure. You know, this oh man, if only they were closer to the staircase. Dodge standby. Nice. So Jay biding his time. Now Garn is going to advance and see if he can pick them off. He'll be able to see at least one. Garn is trying to break through into this area of the board, the southern part. He's got a couple units sent around the side, and I'm not sure if Jay is prepared to deal with this. But he is going to wait. He's going to go ahead and try to get some value out of this damaged squad. And he will not rally. So he'll just have to settle, I think, for a DLT shot in return, or he can run. Running seems good as well. So I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Got to save that unit leader for breakthrough. He's like, sure, it's a third unit. I'll just commit it to the flank. Yeah, I think that's exactly what his plan is. Starscream is just to turtle up and do all the damage. And, you know, Jay will just fall on the sword that is the Royal Guard in the snows, basically. He is playing this as if it were chess, essentially, because Garn is an accomplished chess player, from what I understand. And a lot of chess is waiting for your opponent to screw up at a very high level. Waiting for your opponent to make a mistake and also calculation. Those are like two of the largest things. And of course, understanding positions is another big aspect of it. There's a lot that goes into chess. Simple. It seems like such a simple game on the surface, but man, there's so much depth there. And honestly, I feel the same way about Legion. That's one of the reasons I'm so attracted to Legion as a game. I think Legion manages to be very accessible, relatively speaking, as a miniatures game, and it's also has a ton of strategic depth. So it's also Star Wars. It's got a lot of good things going for it. Oh, looks like the Commandos have found a Royal Guard model. They can see the leader. If they line up their shot just right, they'll be able to see this guard leader. And that does look like range 3 to me, so he might get some more damage in there. If he can get 2 wounds to go in, that guard will be reduced by another miniature. And wouldn't that be fun? You can see the sniper? It looks like he's splitting? I'm not sure. He shouldn't split. He should shoot the guards instead. Just shoot him with everyone. Or, wait, no, the guards are range 4. Darn, he wasn't able to get range 3. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. No, he was able to get 3 on the guards, looks like.
It'd help if they looked from the commander
Yeah,
team,
if they
not the
looked from
Wookiees.
if they looked yeah, from the correct team.
It's got range 3.
There you go. Okay, so yeah, the guards are range 3. He should just dump everything on the guards and see if he can kill a model. Not with dice like those. Although it is going to be 2 saves.
2 saves with PS. He'd probably kill a model.
You did.
Yep.
Hey, bang. There you go. Another guard falls. And that is the leader, so that will push the leader back, which is pretty good from Jay's perspective. So the Commando's doing some work here. Go Commandos.
The Royal Guard now have to get all hits. Or do they have tenacity?
They do. So they don't need all hits, but they need pretty close.
They do need 4. Yeah, they need the really good, and then Jay has to fail them all. So it's looking bad. That little play might work off for Jay, actually.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't hopeful, but you know, now that I'm looking at it, it's like, hey, if he cannot,
hopeful. I was
if he can't extricate Boba's backpack rocket just goes in the dumpster, like, which is perfect, right?
Yeah, it's not a bad little play.
Not a bad play at all. So updating the overlay here, Garn with 62 points destroyed because he did wipe out a Rebel Trooper squad fully with Boba Fett. He's trying to do the same with his snipers here. They're gonna move and shoot. Wow, it looks like he's just breaking here, falling back, not breaking, but just falling back and trying to say, you know, come on in. No such luck. No, not getting anything out of his snipers this round. a 0 turn, as it were, and that pulls Leia. What can Leia get done? She can inspire, maybe, on at least some dudes here, if he remembers. Yeah, inspire. There we go. So inspire 2 off of them, and then she will likely move and take cover. Indeed, Starscream. One might call that play going to Value Town. That is very true. If my 60-point Rebel squad completely hamstrings your 148 plus point unit, that's value. So Leia trying to fudge her range 1 bubble over onto the commando leader up there, but not working out so far for her. But she does give a dodge to yellow, which it's probably fine. I mean, there's really not much that could shoot them, although there is a stormtrooper squad back here. No, but they already activated. Never mind. So the dodge only marginally useful. Leia, if Leia goes late in the round, it's not that great, honestly, because things have shot and those dodges aren't actually terribly useful. All right, so here comes the stormtroopers on the flank. They're gonna try to see into the archway here and see if they can knock the standby off of Maroon here, but it is a naked stormtrooper squad, so chances are that maybe they get 1 crit, but those rebel troopers will definitely have heavy cover. But I think the point is just to knock the standby off. So instead of attacking, these storms have decided to double move towards the zone. But they are not able to be seen, so standby doesn't even trigger, because those rebel troopers just cannot see around the corner. But it is a very near thing. These troopers are just perfectly hidden. Like, if you look at this on your screen, folks, this is the rebel trooper from the standby squad, and that's the leader of the stormtroopers that came up near them. So they're just hiding from each other. So close, yet so far away. So currently waiting for R1 to arrive. Looks like he has to update his Steam. But we are about, I would say, most of the way through round 2 here. And it looks like Jay is just going to continue to move up here. Huh? What's up?
Excuse for not playing. Steam will update.
Well, hey, he may not... I mean, he has to play, but he may not, have to play if Jay does pull this out.
Yeah, true.
Nobs are up 1-0 in this series. And Jay is not making it easy for Garn to pull off a victory here. I'll just say that. But things do look, I don't know, a little bit tilted. But not significantly in either direction. both players have things going for them in their positions. I'll just say that. It's really going to depend on the next turn and if Boba can extricate himself from this predicament.
I was going to say I saw that. I did manage to see that commando shot in on those the IRG to take another model out there. That's going to make freeing them up quite a bit harder.
That was actually really excellent. Looks like Veers does inspire the storms near him. And he's going to do some spotting, maybe put some aims on these close range troopers and get them in there to do the close assault kind of stuff they're meant to do. Aim for the Royals and an aim for the Snows, no doubt. And I think it's time for the Royals and the Snows to get on the hump and see what they can do. And hopefully, I think Jay is really praying to pull these Wookiees last. But he has not done so. Instead, he pulled them now. Which is not good for him. That means they won't be able to do any sort of counter shooting. It's a little bit of trouble with the stack here, it looks like. Oh no, he improv the Wookiees. That's what he did. Very wise decision. So using improv, putting him back, getting a trooper out, seeing if those Wookiees do get shuffled to the bottom here. And blue might be retreating.
It is fair to note that you can't put a movement template down if you're not going to activate that unit.
Is that... Yeah, that's actually true. Shouldn't do that. I think it's still his activation, and he can do what he wants. But technically speaking, yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to use that movement template until you activate that particular unit.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. And
but,
he also has to slow this move down.
I guess Garn is letting him slide here. So
yeah,
that's between those. That's between them.
It's up to. I think Garn would have told him so if he had a problem with it.
No, Garn, he probably did. Hey, man, but I'll let it slide this time.
Yeah, probably.
You know, keep a Jay on his toes.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you know, those Brits are known to be a little sloppy.
Yeah, Judge. That's definitely a Judge. A Judge moment.
It's not
right
sloppy.
there.
You just don't know how to play the game.
Yeah. If you, yeah.
Just don't
know the rules.
What you're doing. Yeah, just don't know the rules.
You're supposed to resolve. You're supposed to resolve impro before you commit to activating. So that's what the range ruler's for on the real table, so that you can know this sort of thing without having to actually pick up the physical template. So, in a real world situation, I'm pretty sure he would have done it correctly, but Ellis is not doesn't have as much faith as I do. All right, so he's going for the hard cover shot against these red troopers, which is sort of what we thought he was going to do initially. He's got a full unit of storms over here with an officer. But no, you're completely right. Like once you commit to activating and you take that movement template out, you have to move. Like you don't have to move is what I mean to say.
Right. But pulling the movement template out essentially signifies yes, I'm activating this unit and we're good to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's all right. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to harp on him later for that.
Yeah, we'll tell him that he's wrong, and Ellis will probably enjoy that very much. Okay. No, not the. Wow, that's pretty disappointing. Shot there from those storms. No damage whatsoever onto those rebel troopers. Very disappointing shot. A 6-die shot, only yielding 2 hits there. Excuse me, 7-die shot, only yielding 2 hits.
Yeah, failure to really do a whole lot there. Clearly, it does get rid of the standby token, right? So I guess it's not all for want, but yeah, that was a pretty big whiff.
The Z6 troop here, not getting its rally, it's going to go hide for a little bit here, just keep the Z6 alive. And now I think the biggest question of the round, because now we know the Wookiees are last, Or no, they're not last. There's one more unit that could be going before them. But, well, no, that unit would have died, actually, so there's only one unit left. And he pulled the guard first. That's actually big. Because the snows aren't pulled first, the Wookiees probably won't have a chance to shoot the snows. Looks like the guard are charging the purple rebel troopers, and we'll see if they can get enough hits to actually extricate Boba Fett here. But this is the question. Can a Tenacity Guard kill off 4 rebel troopers in one swing? It's going to completely depend on whether that aim token picks up enough hits.
Right, yeah, he really does need all 5 hits here.
Yeah, he needs all 5 hits to
now that he's down
it.
to only 2 models, yeah.
To guarantee it, he needs 5 hits. There's,
heck,
there's
even
3.
to even have a reasonable shot, right?
Yeah. Okay, so 4 there. Not 3, it's 4. He did have an aim token. And he lives with 1 model. So that 1 model is going to keep Boba Fett from using the backpack rocket this turn. Although, now that's a thing. Like, what if Boba uses Arsenal? Can he boot spike, get out of melee, and then Arsenal the second one? Is that something you can do?
No.
No. Okay.
You do your attack. When you do your attack, you declare your attack pulls at the same time. He wouldn't be able to.
He wouldn't be able
declare
to
the rocket on something because he's engaged.
That's pretty big right there.
Couldn't choose them as a target when he does his rockets because he's engaged, so therefore he cannot do a range attack. So he can't choose to elect those dice when an attack pulled towards them. It's a big Wookiee charge.
Yeah, if the Wookiees can make it in. I don't know if they can. Can they? Can they get across this with their unhindered? Maybe they can. If they can make it in with number 10, oh wow, that is going to be super close. But does Jay see it?
It's not made it.
No, if he moved straight across this difficult terrain into contact with number 10, he could countercharge. But then of course they get picked up by the snows is an issue. I think it is better to hide them from the snow troopers and force the snows to walk forward twice if they want that flamer.
Just depends. I wouldn't mind just the first move standby. Just force those snows further back.
Yeah.
You'll obviously just move the snows around and just get rid of the standby, but it means the snows are at range 3 from like his unit's not range 2.
Yeah, it's also meant that they wasted their attack on a ranged attack and not a flamer. Just to clear the standby out. Are they moving and dodging? Oh man, he could have made it into base, I think, across those stairs. Oh no, the sides are impassable. Never mind. He would not have been able to make that move.
Ah, that's the gig.
Yeah, the sides
the sides of that thing.
They're impassable, yeah. So you can't walk at an angle like that because they're impassable. So it was not actually possible to get in melee there. So this is the correct play, is holding them back. Now, would it be okay? So you can't steady punch, can you? You can't do that. It's not charge, or
nope.
And it's not relentless. Nope. Relentless is the equivalent of a steady punch. So it's like, I guess like a Venn diagram where one side is charge and the other side is steady, and then in the middle is relentless.
I like it. I know I'm a fan.
Yeah. So they're gonna move and steady and probably peekaboo here. Yeah, Snowtrooper peekaboo seems good. 4 hits on the rollout. Nice. Will he convert? No conversion, so 4 hits into something. I'm not sure what he shot ultimately. Probably the commandos out of cover.
The commandos, yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing Snowtrooper peekaboo into the commandos, and he's going to pick up 3 models there. Ouch.
Oof.
Duck and cover
Oof.
would have helped tremendously there.
Or even just being in that crater.
Yeah, or even just he decided not to go into the crater because he felt like he needed the full 2-speed move. So these Snows picking up 3 commandos there. That's really good value for Garn. But Boba's rocket is going to get quashed, which is also good for Jay, even at the expense of this Rebel Trooper. So Boot Spike will clear that Trooper out, I'm pretty sure, unless he double saves. No, so down goes the Trooper. And I think Boba is definitely going to whipcord here. Oh, okay, so he moves. Interesting, so he boot spikes the Trooper, gets out of melee, and decides to fly away.
I mean, it's not a bad choice considering the objective at hand here.
Yeah, he could also jump Flamer those blue guys in the back as well next turn.
Yeah, that's fair, right? Like, it's so difficult to get on the other side of this thing. Boba is the only one that could jump over and really use this terrain to his advantage.
He's also got the bounty on Leia, potentially, that he could try to go for. Leia does have a steamed, however, and has not taken any wounds.
That being said, it would be difficult for Jay to really like turn his entire army around just to deal with Boba Fett.
Yeah, Garn is definitely measuring for Flamer next turn. I just saw him measure off the blue troopers at range 1. So he's totally measuring for Flamer. Yeah, I think Enviro gear on Commandos is actually really good. I mean, they're just like fleets in the sense that they want full movement. Like, Commandos wish they had Unhindered, honestly. The full Commandos. Unhindered Hunter is probably my preferred build. If I was going to go premium. But I mean, blank ones work just as well. Alright, round 3 getting started here. Let's see what our players pick out. We got an hour and 19 left in the game. So turn 2 took a fair amount of time. Took about 40 minutes to resolve turn 2. So 30 minutes for turn 1, 40 minutes for turn 2. Let's see what we can get underway here. It looks like Garn has yet to pick a card. I think Boba Flamer is on tap here. Unfortunately, it might mean his guard die because they're very vulnerable where they are currently.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
He might have to do something else. He might have to do like Discipline or something.
I don't know. He could even do a Boba Flame and just let Boba sit on it. I mean,
that is true.
His entire army is within flamethrower range.
No Time for Sorrow is probably targeting the Wookiees, going to push them up and see if they can get in here. Oh man, no whipcord means Boba can't disengage. So that's a pretty good move from Jay there. Who wins priority here? It's going to be Garn winning the priority, so I think Boba will be out of there before too long. Now Jay has the option to no time 2 units here. Very interesting game between these 2 players, I have to say.
Yeah, right?
Just surprised Jay's not lost yet. We give him the hardest matchup, so if he pulls some out, I'll be very, very happy. He's pulled it out before. He beat the king.
If if Garn had lost that priority role, we might have seen Wookiees charging Boba Fett right there. That would have been really bad. And Boba,
I don't know. That's it still would have been. Well, no, I guess you're right. Yeah.
and
Looking at that.
Boba having no whipcord, because it still would have been 8 black into Boba Fett. Like, it's still good. Plus, it ties him up again. Thing is, though, they get countercharged. That's the thing. So the Wookiees don't have to go first. But I think no time is probably a good call. I mean, what if he no timed his commandos backward and kept them out of range of the guards or something? You know. So he's no timing his blue boys, but it just moves him closer to the Boba flamer. That's the thing. But Boba might not even flame blue. He might flame red instead, because that actually takes him closer to the objective zone. And that's the thing. Like Jay has made almost no headway against these guard and snowtroopers. These snowtroopers are completely safe behind this guard tower. All they have to do is steady shoot and bide their time. Like, I don't actually think that Jay can make it through. It would take a miracle for Garn to just let him do that.
Yeah, just because he's got this relatively solid defensive position right back here, he can come out sort of at the last minute, push, or at least try to block and prevent people from coming into that deployment zone. I mean, it is a good point to say that the blue deployment zone, so Garn's deployment zone, does extend to the other side of that tower.
That
so
is
there
true.
is room.
Oh yeah.
But because the unit does have to be completely within the deployment zone, there might not be very much room there.
Yeah, there won't be a whole lot of room. I think there's enough room for 2 units. They really should be playing with the deployment zones on, because it's breakthrough. But whatever. They can check that later on if they want to. I don't know, if I was playing breakthrough, I'd prefer to play with the zones on. That's just me. So Boba Fett activating here is going to jump and flame something. Looks like it's going to be the commandos. Oh boy, those commandos be dead. That's going to be 5 red and 2 black from the carbine. 5 hits there. No aim. But those commandos are hosed. There's no way they're going to survive. Unless you make a save roll like that. So 2 commandos die, 3 commandos live. That is crazy.
What has he done? What has he done?
He rolled 4 saves against the Boba Flamer.
Wow.
Wow.
Oof. Madness.
That was madness. So a very unlikely save roll. Those commandos have an extra life. Like
It does make me wonder if yeah, right, like if Boba could have been held and maybe moved around a bit, so now Boba's going to be stuck. He does have cover, of course, up on top of the building here. But he can be a target for a lot of fire.
Never doubt BS white dice in your time of need. says Ryan, and I think he's absolutely right. I had a Han taking 6 hits yesterday, and Han rolled 4 saves and only took 2 wounds.
No, this is...
Yeah,
this is an interesting spot, right? Do the Wookiees activate and charge Boba?
You know,
do they avoid Boba and go towards the deployment zone?
Dude, the Wookiees can charge Boba off a clamor here. They move clamor and they charge Boba off the clamor. Like, I wonder if Jay sees it. Holy shit. Like, does he see it is the question. Because if he doesn't see it, oh man. But if he does see it, Boba could be in a world of you-know-what. World of pain.
I don't know. Doing that now, though, might not be great because there's an easy whipcord away at the beginning of the next round.
Well, Boba's also like, there's no need to do it now because Boba's done. And actually, he
So
could
that's
send his
the real
Z6s to come weaken Boba right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I were him, I would try to get as much Z6 fire on that Boba Fett as possible, and then charge the Wookiees last and see if I could actually just punk Boba Fett. Because that would make the breakthrough a lot less urgent. But the thing is, he can't wheel his entire army around to deal with the one DLT squad that's threatening, but killing Boba would be a huge boon here for Jay. Yeah, they're gonna shoot Boba Fett. Dude, if I was in Jay's shoes, I'd be like trembling right now because this is crazy.
Right. The worst part is this red Z6 squad though was the only thing sort of stopping his
And a
Garn's
5-hit rollout.
flankers.
A 5-hit rollout from the
Oh.
Z6. So getting the damage in. And Boba takes 3 wounds!
Oh no! Gee.
Oh, it
Garn,
wasn't
I love
Boba,
you,
it was the
man.
guards. It was the guards. It wasn't Boba.
Oh, it wasn't against Boba. Oh my goodness.
Okay, but the guards still, that's huge. Those guards can be wiped out by the sniper right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
But he pulls the spec. Okay, so he's got to save these guards somehow. Maybe he runs it into the Wookiees. Suicide charging the Wookiees, maybe kills one.
Yeah, maybe.
I would
Honestly,
I would suicide them.
I'd charge the
Commandos. Yeah, commandos.
Yeah, I'd probably charge the commandos. Yeah,
Yeah,
try to get them neutralized.
Suicide charge here would be perfect. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. No, he's going into the full unit to quash them, and maybe kill all 3 because that's his max damage. What a game. So double move, ties him up, snaps them into melee, and will he just get the full hits and kill them all? 2, so it won't be fatal, but he could pick up the sniper here, depending on the roll. Oh, it was almost a double save. So he's able to keep the sniper though. It was almost a double save. I'm just in shock. 6 out of the last 8 white dice that would have been. Instead, it was 5.
Man.
So when your white dice save better than red dice, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, the variance is definitely tilted against Garn. I cannot agree more. Wookiee,
Certainly, at least for this round here, yeah.
I want to see the Wookiees clamor charge because A, it is technically brilliant, and B, Wookiees.
It'd be Wookiees.
Yeah, it'd be Wookiees. So these guys should be shooting Boba right now. There's no question in my mind. They should be shooting Boba. But that play against the guard, like, that was actually not bad at all because that definitely weakened them substantially, and now the commando unit has basically survived. And you know, if the guard doesn't save, he'll just get punched out by the 2 commandos because he charged them into an unactivated unit.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Garn might not be too worried about it. I think he'd much rather have Boba alive here than the couple of guards he had left over.
And I mean, this is all to his benefit. This is ultimately just a giant tar pit. Like,
yeah.
And Boba has to make 2 saves against this, and Boba will make both. So Boba taking no damage there from Yeezy 6. But magenta here, or mauve, I guess. It's more of a mauve color.
Mauve. Nice.
I don't know. It's pink. It's pink.
I might actually be wrong on that one. I don't know if it's mauve or mauve.
I don't know if it's
wave.
I call it mauve.
I'm gonna go with wave.
Mauve.
Mauve. Mauve.
Mauve. Mauve.
Mauve.
1 hit from the steady shot snows here. And no save, so 1 thing will die. It looks like that sniper will die to the snows here. So a snowtrooper steady shot into the purple kills one sniper there.
Right. Mbueha telling us how we should be pronouncing Moav here, and if anything, if anybody's an authority, I guess I can trust him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's the authority on W sounds. All right, so
I think I'm still gonna go with Moave.
getting the spec token. What will he do?
Moabadib.
Muad'Dib, yeah.
I mean, it is a desert map. I could see some.
That's
I could
true.
see some Fremen running around here.
No, but we don't have Luke. We don't have the Kwisatz Haderach. We don't have him.
Oh shit! Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, almost slipped, but we're good.
Yeah, we don't have the Kwisatz Haderach. And who's the Bene Gesserit mother? Is it Palpatine?
It might be.
Oh, the leader is safe. He's gonna move the leader into the zone. So Jay's broken through, believe it or not.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Maybe he'll force Boba Fett to clean him up. That's
Could be
crazy.
possible, yeah. Well, I mean, there you wouldn't really have it any other way.
Thank you, Sean, for my new tagline. I'm going to advertise that on Facebook from now on. Come join us for great games and suspect commentary. I like it.
And I am really not sure what I did to my tabletop simulator, but I am unable to find any Legion games anymore.
Whatever you did, it was horrible.
It must have been. I could find all sorts of other stuff on here, but really not looking to play a game of Dark Souls or chests. Just want to play them a Legion.
So he does plink a wound through onto those guys to keep them suppressed. Or I might say those guys, I mean this pink Rebel Trooper squad. I'm so specific, such articulate commentary. Yeah, those guys shot. Those guys took a wound.
Good job, really good. The dice, yes, they rolled, and they had some symbols on them.
There were some symbols on them. What symbols? I cannot know, or I cannot say for certain.
Yeah, no, it's great, and boy, let me tell you, the 20-second delay here is absolutely killing me. But hey, it's all right. It's okay.
I'm sorry about your.
I'm trying to predict. It gives me some room to flex that predictive muscle, if you will. Really trying to come and see. Okay, well, maybe I can comment on what Garn might be. Oh no, I'm wrong. Well, I guess okay, never mind.
I can slow it down. I can watch my own stream. I'll slow it down here. No, seriously, I will. I'll stop watching the live game and I'll just watch a stream. So we'll have the same thing.
Oh well, there you go. See, that's why we're a great team, Endless.
Okay, so it looks like these guys just shot, and Boba Fett takes no damage. Yep.
Well, I tried to follow Mbueha's advice, and instead now I have to watch an ad on my TurboTax return.
I have to watch an ad on Twitch. The thing is, if I watch the stream, I have to move the camera. That's a thing.
Oh yeah, that's a little wild.
That's wild. So I have to move the camera and then make commentary on the thing I just saw. 10 seconds
thankfully,
later.
we're providing commentary for our personal situations and not necessarily the game, because I know that's why everybody's here.
No Prime? No. I have Prime, I think.
I was gonna say, I think I've got Prime. I still gotta watch these stupid things. I'm sure it's more old man syndrome, and I don't really know what I'm doing, and that's okay.
You'll be fine. It'll all be over soon. All right, so
this game, my suffering, who knows?
Who
It could
knows?
be anything.
One of those two. Okay, so Naked Squad is going to move forward here and try to force an out-of-cover shot onto these Rebel Troopers. Let's see what they can do. No, they're not going to shoot. They're actually just going to double move. Like, don't mind us, boys. We're just gonna walk over here now. Look at these. Look at these ninjas. Like silent as the night. They're just like doo doo doo. Just walk right by each other.
Right? Like, oh, they
Never.
could have totally gotten an open shot there,
They're
but
like
they don't even care.
they're like a parent and a child in a grocery store. They, like the aisles just like you're trying to find whatever aisle they're in, and you just can't seem to find the right aisle. They keep walking past each other. Ships in the night. All right, now is it Wookiee
it's not
time?
quite strangers in the night, but
it's not strangers. Definitely not strangers. It's much more intimate than that. All right, so special forces token coming. I think that's the one that's still on the Wookiees. It's actually troopers instead. So there is a Z6 here that has not activated.
Yes, that last remaining guy.
So they'll probably back up and shoot Boba as well. Boba just refusing to take any damage currently. So even if Garn's attack dice aren't great, Boba's defense dice have held strong this entire time.
Yep.
But doesn't mean that failure is not around the corner. Can the Z6 pull some crits through here? It cannot, but it will get... Wow, it's enough for 4 still. So 2 more on Boba. Will he fail one finally? He'll fail 2. So Boba's on 2 wounds. This is going to make the Wookiee's job a lot easier suddenly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, these
was spicy.
are just hot.
Value town. A 2-man Z6 squad putting 2 wounds into the Fett. Getting value town. So Garn has broken a unit through. Jay has broken a unit through as well. We are coming into the middle and end of round 3 here. We have 1 hour remaining. So there's a very strong chance the game does go to 6 now. Now, do the DLT storms break or do they shoot? I think they shoot and they don't break here. I think killing off Squad 5 would not be a bad idea for them. They've come a long way, this squad. They've moved all the way around the map. And they're finally arriving in the enemy deployment zone. They took the long way. The scenic route. Past the Jedha statue. Past a random mud pit. Past a guard tower and a hollow board. All the way to this triangular formation of buildings here.
They've done it. Some might even say they were homeward bound.
They were homeward bound, wherever the tune is. I don't actually know the tune of that song offhand.
I actually don't know the tune of that song either. I just remember it was a dog movie, Homeward Bound.
There wasn't. Yeah. No, that was Old Yeller, wasn't it? That was Homeward Bound too. Oh man, pop culture. Pop culture.
Pop quiz hot shot. I'm sure Boya will tell us.
That's so suburban.
How we're wrong here.
Old Yeller.
Suburban.
That's so suburban. Okay, so he gets Leia here. Oh, is Leia gonna do the sharpshooter thing on Boba Fett? I like this idea.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good deal.
I'd back up and shoot. You know what she could do? She could go into melee with that guard and kick him to death. That'd be fun. do those martial arts and just like get that guy in a submission hold, break his leg or something. She's like Stone Cold Leia Organa.
Stone Cold Leia Organa, nice.
She's busting the rattlesnake, just busting beer cans on her forehead.
The rattlesnake. Yeah, I could actually, you know what? Actually, I'm just sort of imagining that in my head now. Just Carrie Fisher in her jungle outfit, running around a corner and like kicking one in the back of the knee and just slam chopping it right to the neck.
You know she would. Okay, 2 hits through onto Fett. Let's see if he takes some more wounds here or not. 3 saves. Can he make some? He will make them all. So no damage at all. 2 surges there. Gotta love that defense surge. If that was any lesser unit, that would have been 2 damage. But it is Boba Fett.
But it is the Fett. So I guess all in all, Boba Fett's dice probably about maybe a little above average there, but all certainly, I guess you could say, not met with nearly the same variance on Jay's side so far. He is really, really putting up a fight here.
The Jay has to be concerned with breaking through more guys now, because now the objective is being played now. It's no longer just a slugfest. So he has to get concerned with breaking through more guys, and you know they've come full circle, or I should say not full circle, but half circle. But definitely, I'd say Garn's army has covered more ground while successfully holding off Jay's army. But Boba Fett is in a very vulnerable position.
Yeah, the real problem here is even if the Wookiees charge up, and if Boba Fett's survives even with 1 health remaining, it's a whipcord and escape. And then the Wookiees are stuck up on top. They more than likely may not even be able to make it down to claim the objective.
Yeah, that's the thing. So like you have to sort of make your choice here. But I don't know if running away and shooting is optimal. So these commandos...
No, don't get me wrong. I think it's Garn's presented perhaps 2 bad choices here.
Nice, 2 hits on the guard. Will the guard get killed? It will. So down goes the guard, getting punched out by the calamari.
Nice.
It was in fact a trap.
I'll teach you to can my young.
Exactly. Don't can my young. God damn it. It was a trap after all. No, seriously, like those dudes, right? The flamer fizzled, and then like the guard only killed 1 guy.
Right? Like that calamari. Yeah, no, he is.
That was dope. Like that's how you do it. Okay, so the Veer's backing up and giving some
perhaps
aims.
the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the Mon Calamari people.
Oh, Veers is gonna try to snipe past this guard tower. He can see the base. Will he get it? He just needs 1 surge. No, it's covered away. Light cover. No such luck. Veer's not rolling the surge when needed. Just not good. That's like the worst roll on Veers, other than triple blank, is 1 hit. Like the hit
surge
side,
or 2 hits or anything.
The hit side of Veer's white die might as well be blank. And here comes the clamor charge. Up they go. No, they don't all have to be in melee. It's not AOS. So this is glorious. This is what I wanted to see. This has the makings of a meme right here. It's also very screenshot worthy. All right, let's see what's going on with these Wookiees here. 8 black. 8 black. Ugh, terrible. Just 3. But it could be enough. If he blanks all 3, Boba would be on stims.
If he blanks all 3, no.
Blanks 1, so Boba will take a wound there, making it easier. But that's going to be a whipcord for sure.
Yeah.
So now that his ambush has been played, he's only got essentially a maximum firepower and a hope for a pull. He's got bombard and pull winning priority is the only way he's going to win priority. He's also got whatchamacallit. He's got Save Our Skins as well. But Save Our Skins would lose priority to that. But it would still be a double acty.
It's true.
Thing is, what do you do as Boba? Do you double move into the enemy objective zone from here and just play it safe for the rest of the game? I have a feeling you do. You're pretty wounded now, so you might as well just whipcord and double move and get the heck out of there behind line of sight blocking terrain.
Yeah.
I think from this position, Boba could actually double move, jump over the building, and land on the other side and be safe. That's just how ridiculous 2 speed 3 moves with jump 2 is. On an objective like breakthrough.
It's fair. It'll have to. I mean, he doesn't. Now, that's a good question. Does he have to use his jump ability to get down? I know he can get down as many
Oh no,
levels as he
no, he
wants.
does have to use it to get down. That's true. Good call. I forgot that you need to jump twice. So yeah, he wouldn't be able to. He'd have to jump down and then move normally.
Right, but he might even just be able to sail down sort of the steps and jump away from there if he needed to. But that's not nearly as good of a move. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, speed 3 is still pretty far. He might be able to get further than we can think on that board.
So shooting against Leia here. Leia no cover. Now does Leia want to pass with a steam? Let's see what happens here. She should be able to pass with a steam to blue. That wouldn't be a bad call. Just passing one wound off to a steam with the esteemed leader, and then trying to take the other 2 saves on herself. If she gets lucky, there's a chance she saves 2 here, which would be nice. Saves the Guardian, I think, and then there's 2 on Leia now. And saves 1 there, so as I predicted.
Not bad.
As I predicted.
It is as you have foreseen.
Yeah. Well, I see a lot of games, and so it kind of, you kind of start to get a feel for outcomes.
It hasn't improved, any of our personal play, but
No,
well, we're commenting. It's great.
Oh man, I played so bad yesterday. Oh my gosh, I didn't know what I was doing, man. Like I was putting things where they could be shot. It was just horrible. I was trying to maneuver around this light cover, and I just kept like botching it and just being like, "Ow, how did I not see that?" You know what I mean?
Anything.
The hit side of Veer's white die might as well be blank. And here comes the clamor charge. Up they go. No, they don't all have to be in melee. It's not AOS. So this is glorious. This is what I wanted to see. This has the makings of a meme right here. It's also very screenshot worthy.
Anything.
The hit side of Veer's white die. Sorry, I was muted again. Drink. So, sniper's taking a shot at these rebel troopers. Not close enough to those stairs, I think, to get cover. So I think that will be an out of cover shot. Although, I think they may have to judge it. That's tough to say. Because it says there's 3 models passing center to center, but only 2 are obscured. That's the thing. So they're pausing the clock to get a cover measurement, I think.
That's definitely not open there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's light cover, so nothing. Yeah, it's light.
Yeah, I think it's open.
Yeah, the unit leader's line goes through, but he's clearly like none of it, not even a pixel of it is obscured.
All right, I believe this. Let's try this one more time here. Get back into the game. Interesting. I have to wonder if I could see Legion games again, but now I can't. I still can't see Jay's game, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just go back to the Twitch stream. Professional.
I'm wondering if this is the whole like I know there's a rule out there about miniatures receiving the highest level of cover possible, but again, it's like
Yeah, I think that's what Jay's getting at.
yeah,
I think he has a point. I don't know that rule fully, so I'll let them
yeah,
find out.
but you check each model for obstruction and then draw the center line, and according to that test, 2, 3 would fail, so then it would be light cover that gets reduced to open.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, they get the highest, or whatever you want to call it, from whatever is the majority of models there, right?
I
So
would
the
think
majority
so.
of models have 3 essentially, right? In light cover, 2 in heavy cover, so it receives light cover. It looks like we've got some comets.
Yeah, it's the two-part cover test. So they don't meet the first part. So that center line passing through that doesn't matter because it didn't meet the first part of the test. That's how I'm going to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be significant. So that could be 2 models out of that unit because of that cover check thing. Yep, so 2
Looks
models
like they'll
out.
take care of 2. Yep.
Clock's back started. 50 minutes remaining in the game. Always a little bit of tension. But that will probably tie up round 3 there. Yep, so now we're on to round 4. And that's going to be a whipcord. It's like not even a question for Garn. I think that just came out immediately.
Yeah, and now it is a question on what if Boba gets away. What
are the next steps? Do the Wookiees
yeah,
come down the
what are
platform?
Jay's next best maneuvers?
I mean, they've got elevation, so they should get some cover from anything that likes to shoot them, at least for the time being. Again, just these peekaboo snows are so strong, just holding position right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit ridiculous how strong they are in a situation like this, and there's just no way. You absolutely cannot get around them because of the way the cover is laid out. Oh, do I have to pay? I have to pay the stream $100 if it's not whipcord?
Yeah, it's $100 in Himalayan salt.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for the priority roll. I'm gonna try to draw it. He played
Man,
Bombard.
I guess
This is risky.
Oh,
And he loses.
risky, but
And he lost it. And he lost it. Ugh, terrible. All right. Well,
that's
actually,
two,
it's not.
two.
It's not terrible because Leia actually does have some bombard targets. Like it's not completely horrible.
And it also means he's lost 2 out of 2 priority rolls.
Yeah, that's also true. So here comes the whipcord right away, straight away. Boba Fett whipcord.
If I don't think he had any other options in that. He's not really bothered where he draws stuff in the late, like towards the end. He doesn't need control. Everything's got a set plan. So, what he can play 3-pip and go in later than another, but he don't really want to.
But
So
Boba Fett
playing
only has Boba Fett, I believe, only has 1 action because he failed his rally roll. So now Boba Fett only has 1 action to speak of. So the Wookiees are. So now the Wookiees are going to shoot. That's the nuts right there. That means the Wookiees are going to be able
Wookiees
to,
can still
shoot
shoot him.
No, he's going to duck behind.
And
He's going to duck down. He's not going to let himself get shot. He might just tuck close to the wall. Or he's going to go into melee with Rebel Troopers here. That could be good.
But yeah, the one action
That's
that
painful.
is, oh man,
That's super painful to fail that rally roll right there. So does get the whip off successfully, but he fails his rally roll and loses an action. Wow. So doing his best here to hide from the Wookiees who cannot move. They're frozen to the spot.
yep. I think that's a pretty, or at least as good a play as he could make it.
The Wookiees might have range 2 on this officer, though, from where they're standing currently. It's going to be a near thing, but they might be able to shoot the DLT storms downstairs out of cover and might not waste their activation doing nothing.
Of course. Yeah, of course, as long as they, get to activate next or very quickly before those storms activate.
Yeah, they'd have to activate like now-ish. But I mean, Garn definitely has the edge here, having broken 2 units through almost. And I think Boba's gonna break. There's no question in my mind now that Boba breaks through. And doesn't
now
re-engage.
it's gonna be up to those stormtroopers to get around and knock out that red squad in the back before Boba gets iced there.
Pulls a core, and I don't think he'll try to improv forward here. I think that would be a mistake. Although, what's his ratio? He's got 3 specs and 3 core left. I mean, it's still worth it. So it's a coin flip. No, he's got
possibly.
No, he's got 4 core left. It's worse than a coin flip. Never mind. Yeah, what do? You feel kind of stuck in this position. I think you hide purple. That's what you do. You don't let him get shot by Veers again. That would be wise. He did improv and he failed it, so typical.
All right, fair enough. I guess there is the balance, right?
Yeah.
Dice rolls and whatnot coming out in his favor, but not the command and control.
Yeah, a lot of these sort of chance-based mechanics, other than the dice that are not dice-based, are definitely going Garn's way. Yeah, I think he wants to move with 5 here and get them doing something before they get killed. What are they moving into melee with Boba Fett and punching? What are you doing? Is he just trying to keep Boba? He's trying to keep Boba tied up.
And that's fair.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And especially because Boba already activated, he's also saving them from being killed. And they're going to get a chance to punch him. So you never know. So there's some merit to this play. It's not a conventional play by any means. 2 hits, hey, Boba could fail one. You never know. He could also fail both and die. No such luck. Almost failed one. Why not fire then move? Understandable, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
It would have had a higher potential. That's definitely true. Could have had like one of those crazy Z6 shots and made Boba roll like 5 saves, and then if Boba died after stimming, So I think maybe if you're Garn here, you start shooting Wookiees. I'm not sure. You either shoot Wookiees or you shoot things that are about to be dead, like activations that are about to be dead.
I think you leave those Wookiees be. I think you let them sit up there for a whole round and try to stay out of range 3. Don't get bowcastered and
yeah, they're just
take off the rest of it.
It'll be pretty useless otherwise. I mean, they could also move and attack. Or they're gonna shoot Leia again. Okay. He really doesn't want to expose them to anything.
Aim and fire on Leia. Yep.
Yep. And it looks like 2 crits there, so she cannot Guardian those away with Esteemed. And Big convert 3 crits into Leia there. So Leia having to make 3 saves here. Will she get bailed out by bull white dice? Yes, she will. How did I know? So getting 2 saves there. So man, Jay's white dice have been on fire this game. No, I totally agree. I totally agree, Ben. I think shooting and moving would have been better. And plus, they were touching the cover, so it would have been light cover.
Yeah, it still would have been light. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this going for the ceiling was the correct play there, not just settling for out of cover. Although, let's be honest, the Z6 doesn't add that much damage most of the time. But maybe you got
Fair.
lucky. I still think shooting and moving would have been better. Just because you have the potential to have a 4-hit rollout.
Right.
A 4-hit or 5-hit rollout, even. Protecting them from being shot to hell is the right call as well, because that way you don't bleed points.
Yep. All right. Like, nobody in range. The blue squad in the back.
So treading through the, or trudging, I guess, through the difficult terrain here with the Z6. Maybe you kind of get some return
really,
fire.
this slow going here.
Yeah, he's been really hamstrung by these craters, but I think he'll move and shoot on Brown probably here. Just try to get some damage through.
Yep.
Let's see if he can breach the cover here. He can with 2 crits. Not bad at all. And he will claim a stormtrooper there. Not bad. Pretty good result there for a lone Z6 squad.
Yep, agreed. There's a first casualty on those brown stormtroopers though, so not bad.
Garn though is now controlling 2 angles very, very easily here, but thankfully the shrine wall is blocking these officer stormtroopers from shooting very much.
Is it just me, or is there an extra stormtrooper in the back there? Oh no, wait, no, there's no, there. I must have missed it over the past couple of moves. There's somebody underneath that underneath that big statue.
Oh, oops. Underneath the statue? Oh yeah, the stormtroopers. Yeah, there's a DLT hiding over there.
Yeah, that's not half bad. Trying to get those last guys through as a point. Yep, no, I like it. Oh, and there's a steady shot from this. Oh, is it even a flamethrower shot?
It might be. He might have range. That's hilarious. Like, does he just flamer? Does he flamer those Rebel commandos for style points? Is that what you do? Look at this lineup here. These ugly mugs. Steady flamer with impacts. So how many black dice can I throw at this thing? It looks like he's gonna throw 5. 5 black dice, no cover with the flame trooper. Why 7? No, it's 5. Come on. Yeah, there you go.
Right should be, yeah.
Yeah, especially because this officer can't see.
Yep.
Only 2, but it does have a name token from. What gave him the aim token though?
I think he may have even just said aim.
It was aim steady, yeah.
Yep.
And down goes the commando, so that leader is gone. So man, these snows are just an anvil in this position.
I'll be the anvil, you'll be the hammer.
Exactly. They just can't get around them at all.
Right, and keeping him back like this the entire game has really, I mean, that he's been able to do a fair amount of, move and shoot and scoot, but it really does prevent Jay from getting very close to these guys at all.
Now, major offensive, nearly all of the approach vectors for Jay's side of the board have no cover or light cover. Like, I think major offensive was incorrect here. I think long march would have been better. Or
he also went
advanced positions.
Jay also pushed for breakthrough over key positions.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah, Jay went breakthrough. I asked afterwards what happened, and Jay went for breakthrough because he didn't want to play key positions against Bobber. But
I kind of agree with that, honestly.
Yeah, but keep breakthroughs even worse.
Well, KP would have been worse for him, I think, other than breakthrough because of the way the objectives are.
Yeah, but
At this
he's
point,
got a gun line list.
at this point, you just have to start calculating how many moves are left in the game.
Yeah.
The Wookiees missing out on their movement there and not also being able to shoot down at those officers because they would have had range too. Oh man, that's problems. Although damage on those officers might actually just be meaningless because, well, the damage is meaningless. Suppression is not. Although, any damage.
Although, yeah, with a courage 2, it is almost meaningless. Yeah.
Yeah. They wouldn't even be able to suppress them. So all they're gonna do is just take wounds at this point.
He's making some measurements here, trying to see if maybe he can get a good shot, very long range, and still make the move next turn into the deployment zone.
Looks like an aim shot up at the Wookiees here.
Yeah.
I would argue that one miniature can't see. Yeah, so he's not shooting with the full weight. One miniature can't see. And doing nothing, just suppression.
Yeah, pretty awful.
Pretty
roll out
pathetic
there.
roll there, yeah. So adding a third suppression and that's it. If only Wookiees could jump. Well, they can, but no.
Is that a Spike Lee joint? Is that
No, it's
that
not.
What
No, it's
okay.
definitely not. Definitely, I would not do a Spike Lee joint. Oh, it's still range 2, so they're gonna shoot back.
Yeah, right. Like, he could have easily sort of moved, and although
it's
wait a
weird,
second.
it says 2,
There's
but
no way that's 2.
yeah, there's no way. Why does it say 2? There's no way that's 2.
Could be there was a model off the board or something, but yeah, it is definitely not a range 2 shot.
It is not range 2. There's no way.
You might have to let them know, like, hey, I know what the number says, but nah.
Yeah, I don't see how that's range 2. Indomitable. Rallying with 2, so he'll get 2 actions. So, I mean, aim shoot is the correct play, I think, but...
But aim shoot with just the bowcaster? Is that the deal, or?
Probably. I think they both know that there's no way that's range 2. Hey, if it's the bowcaster, will pierce. There's no cover on the dudes down there.
I think he's now trying to figure out, is it even worth his while?
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, what's the point? I mean, maybe casting at brown. Yeah, casting at brown is better because that actually reduces the resistance that matters.
Mm-hmm. Right, because he's not going to... Okay, great, maybe he even kills 2 stormtroopers out of that leader unit. Leader's not going to carry. He's going to move twice next round and into the deployment zone.
Yeah, bowcaster at brown for sure. Needs 2 hits to breach the cover. 2 crits! Nice.
Whew.
That's what I'm talking about. Go Wookiees. And pierce. 2 wounds. 2 crits, 2 wounds. There we go, baby. Woo!
Getting a little excited there, unless, I mean...
I'm always excited. Hey. I'm always excited.
You're always excited to see Rebels do well?
Of course! They're my faction, man. I write a blog dedicated to how to play them. Think of it this way. I don't know how familiar you are. Okay, what's a faction that's absolutely miserable in a tabletop miniatures game that you know of?
Well, I gotta say, whenever it was World War II,
no, please,
it was always the Italians. They Like the Italian armed forces of World War II were abysmal.
Mostly,
They were
mostly Italians, just in the Americans.
Okay. So let's say I'm writing a blog. I'm the head of the Italian Armed Forces fan club. How would I not be excited to see my boys do well?
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay. So Leia is going here. She went ahead and rallied up here. She got her 2 actions back. She's gonna inspire some people around her, and then she's gonna do something. Maybe moving
She does
pistol.
have coordinated bombardment, so she's got to figure out.
Yeah, she
what
does
to
have
do.
bombard. Is there a way she can get to range 4?
Is she even going to? Yeah.
Yeah, if she backs up and gets range 4, like what are her options? Because backing up for range 4 against the sniper and the DLT squad there might actually be pretty decent. She could also move, shoot, and then bombard anything that's beyond range 3.
Also another good point.
Which would be kind of neat, because I think those snipers would still be range 4 if she moved up here. Plus, Veers, plus everything over there has already activated with the exception of Veers and the 2 snipers. The thing is, she needs to stay in Guardian range to not just get eaten by snipers.
Also true, yeah.
And of course, those snow troopers could just bum rush her next turn if she moves up too far. Aim, move, bombard. Okay, so she's gonna move. I would have foregone the aim here and just shot with my pistol, because that's definitely range 2 right there, right? Like.
Oh yeah, I even agree on that. I mean, you probably could have even taken out those.
Yeah. See,
those
look. It's perfect. It's perfectly lined up for her to bombard, for her to shoot and bombard. That would have been such a value right there.
Right. Could not have asked for a better play, but that's okay.
Oh well.
I'm sure Ellis is taking notes here. Going to provide some very constructive feedback to Jay at the end of this match.
Nah, I'm playing World of Warcraft in the middle of islands popping. I'm tuning in between.
I'm too busy telling him I'm too busy playing World of Warcraft to tell my teammate
to watch
how to
him
play better.
lose.
Hey, sniper save 1. Hey man, you might be pleasantly surprised here. Although I don't know about that, but he's got some chances. He can still make some chances here. He's not dead by any means.
If he'd have won some of those roles off a priority, he might have been doing a lot better.
Oh, for sure.
If he'd have won that one where he was to attack Bobber before he runs away, I reckon he could. If he kills Bobber, that's pretty decent. And then they still they're still down. But he's doing well.
Yeah, Boba getting away and locking down those Wookiees up on top of that wall.
My apologies, stream, for not having updated the scoreboard.
The turn before as well, he won the 2-pip roll off, which Jay did fine by rolling some saves. But if that didn't happen, then Jay beat him.
Yeah, if those dice had been any worse, man, he would have just gotten canned.
Yeah, because he could have, like you said, he could have not timed the Wookiees caught him forward. Then if he'd have won the roll off double move into Boba Fett,
I think he's flirting. Then he's gonna move chip shot the Wookiees with the naked squad just for the pure value of it. See if he can get a crit through. The hubris of these naked stormtroopers shooting Wookiees. No. Okay, is he gonna? Oh, he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave one miniature out of sight just in case they get shot back later.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
So the net result of Leia's bombardment there was killing 2 sniper minis. And man, I wish she had not taken the aim and just shot. That would have been so sweet. She would have killed those stormtroopers as well.
That aim was horrible.
Yeah. That was objectively wrong. Careful measuring would have prevented that. All right, so now he's thinking about going up there and seeing if he can get Bova out of melee. But no, he's actually just decided to hide instead and not take any shots. Doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks here, which is wise.
Yep. Yep.
So we got another spec coming off the stack here. It's the 2-man commando unit that is not currently dead. They might have a good chance at killing off some storms here. They might take care of it instead of Leia. Or they could try to double move to the point only to get flamered by the snows again. So, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be dicey here. I mean, they may only have. He might only have one turn of movement left here.
Yes, Groggy Dog, just Leia. The one, the only. Okay, so I dig this, moving behind Leia to get the shots off on the DLT Storm. And just try to pierce it out. I think that's wise.
Yeah, yeah. Getting rid of those two stormtroopers would
I mean, it's
would make it far easier for him to actually do so, to get his units in there like he needs.
almost got 2 crits there. It was very close. But a sharp 1 in pierce, so that DLT's gone. 2 crits would have been better. He might have actually killed the whole squad. Now some snipers are going here. So I guess he didn't want to move Leia up too far because that would have made her vulnerable to made her vulnerable to other snipers. But now they've got an open lane here against the rebel troopers, and so they're just going to start racking up the kills here. This one's gotten 2 kills. Let's see if he can make it 4. He whiffs his first rollout. Will he whiff it again? No, to a double crit. No such luck. So at least 1 troop is going down for sure. Let's see if it's 1 or 2. It's probably 2. Yeah, it's 2. So that sniper there has done 4 casualties, or has killed 4 models. Brown, I mean, because it has a great lane to shoot through. Like this lane right here is amazing. This upper lane.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing to hide you. That's the thing, again, like a lot of the sides of, or a lot of the lanes coming off of Jay's side of the board are just complete non-starters. Like, what would fix this map would be a heavy barricade in the lane up here. That would help fix the map.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so purple rallies. I think they're gonna take off towards the deployment zone and try to get in. Of course, they have to go somewhere where they're not gonna get seen by the snowtrooper officer. He needs to go somewhere that he can force the snows to commit to a double move out of position.
I don't know.
Hey, R1 Ralph, man, call into what you're doing, bro. You need to stop saying it's gonna be dicey.
It's a good point. It's a good point, and I'll make sure to check my credentials at the door next time. It's just, I think so. I don't know if he's setting up for it or not, but you know, Garn clearly did not move his officer to the other side there. I think he's going to first turn, move out, flame throw, then move again and fill that spot.
Yes. Ben
and
saying,
that way it just says, hey, listen, yeah, sure, go for it, kill him, but you got to shoot me off this place first.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now he's trying to move it in the exact spot where they're both inside the zone and where he will not get shot without the double move from the snowtroopers.
I mean, I'm guessing here. Don't get me wrong, but Garn's been known to pull off a cheeky play like that every once in a while.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And now the sniper has no vision there, so he's gonna have to adjust over and try to find a spot where he can see. But he's gonna try to get the double hit to kill off the Z6 here. Snipers do work when they got Veers backing them up, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
They really are good. Like, just putting Veers by 2 sniper teams by itself is amazing. So not getting the result he wanted there. And those troopers are going to live another day. And Veers unfortunately having to go last, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to get the range 3
is,
shot though
I
on
think
something.
this is still going to be close. You know, Jay's got essentially 4 units that can all, maybe even 5 units that can all threaten to be in his deployment zone next round.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, what's left on the board for Jay is actually pretty buff when you consider it. Like, it's a full health Wookiees, it's a sniper, it's Leia with a couple wounds, it's 3 Z6s that are still alive. So he's got a pretty decent army that's still left on the board.
Yeah.
And Garn is basically down to a wounded Boba Fett that's not really in position to counterattack anymore. An officer DLT that's pushed way up that's going to very safely get into...
Oh, and he blanks his Veer shot there.
Once again, Veer is just failing to do anything of use. So there's this bowcaster should be on the thing. I guess they don't care. It's fine. It's not going to affect the game anyway. All right, round 5. Round 5. 2 rounds left. They got to start doing the math. What can get where and how fast is going to start mattering a lot more now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep the score overlay updated. I'm sorry, I've been neglecting to update the scores. It's been lazy man.
You know what? Lazy, but handsome. So at least you got that going for you. Silence proves that yet again another awkward comment lands well from R1H4.
No, I was gonna say yeah. I mean, 8 out of 10 on smell. I mean, that's probably good.
Well, you know,
I shower. I shower regularly.
That's good if you think's good.
More than some of you nerds can say.
Oh snap!
Oh, snap!
Oh, making it a little aggressive.
Making it personal. Ouch! Well, bam!
All right. I missed. Unfortunately, what Garn played on that one, it looks like it may have been an Imperial discipline.
The words Kwisatz Haderach and you nerds don't go in the same conversation.
Who are you calling you people?
Let's be real. Okay, so it was push versus maximum firepower. Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess he does still have a maximum firepower left.
What's he yawning about? Yawn? What's that? What's that?
Handing out his aim tokens. Looks like he's going to shoot.
Yeah, he's max firepower, or shoot back up and then max firepower, or MF the Wookiees instead.
He might actually be aiming.
He's gonna MF the back Z6 squad there.
Yep.
And 4 hits, of course, and no cover. So, or no, do they have cover? They have light cover, don't they?
But they're not gonna have cover from sharpshooter 1.
No, it's light cover. No, it's heavy from the stairs down to light. So
Gotcha.
That should be heavy cover.
Well, I think he may have only supposed to roll 3, but he failed all 4, so wouldn't have mattered.
2. Fine, you are entitled to the reroll. Let's see. So ever the sportsman Jay not taking his opportunity to reroll from rolling the wrong number of dice.
Or is a pussy?
Hey, come on.
Just curious, is that
Ooh.
actually in the rules anywhere?
Yes, it is. It's actually how FFG tournaments are done generally.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's kind of a meta rule that is just surrounds tournaments.
Maybe in the tournament rule packet or something?
If you, and it's not in the tournament rule packet. It's not anywhere. But if you ask Alex directly, and that's what they say.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
I've had a couple of my friends ask Alex and people at his level how you do that, and the answer is if you underroll, you keep what you roll and add results. If you overroll, you re-roll the correct number of dice, regardless of what the results are, regardless if it's favorable or against you. It works both ways. It just happens that on white dice it's more favorable because you have more chances.
Interesting.
So what he's saying is always roll one extra.
Yeah. But I mean, he's basically has declined to do so, which is his prerogative. Like, I'm not gonna, if they want to play it that way, I don't think I'm gonna force them to. Also, that
I'll be honest. I've usually done it the opposite. If the result doesn't change, once a roll is rolled, it's try to keep as many dice as you can. But fair enough.
Yeah, the result would absolutely change because that four blank saves on 4 white dice is like 10%. Honestly, it's actually quite rare to have no saves on 4 whites.
It can happen though because you have to roll 6 dice to get 2 saves. So
yeah, that can definitely happen. But relatively speaking, it's rare. It's not, yeah. But it's not that rare. You know what I mean?
He rolled another one, like 5 blanks. Now that's rare.
Yeah, that would be rare.
Should have one.
Just so you know, 20% chance to roll 4 blanks.
Oh, 20%. Okay, so but still 20%. Like
still, yeah.
You're still on track 80% of the time to roll at least 1 in that case. So I mean, 80%. That's pretty large chunk of the spectrum.
Let's see, if he was rolling 2 dice, or excuse me, 3 hits, and he needed to save essentially 2, right? He only had a 26% rounded up chance to stay on the board with those 2 guys.
Yeah.
So fair enough.
So
now that we've done the odds, Orc can be proud of us.
What was the percentage chance? Sorry, I didn't catch the last part.
26.
26% to take no wounds?
To take only 1 wound.
Okay, to take only 1 wound. Okay. No wounds is like what, 9? Like it's really low.
Yeah, no wounds would have been. Let's see if he.
Oh wow! So here's a classic breakthrough move: double move to melee someone to keep them from double moving themselves. Classic breakthrough. We see this all the time in these higher level games of breakthrough. You just run your heavily weakened unit forward into an enemy unit and start a melee. So then they have to punch their way out or withdraw. Garn is threatening to break 3, possibly 4 through here. Jay, with Leia tied up, he has to punch his way out and then double move her on round 6. They're trying to do some kind of calculation here. Do you think, R1? I got to ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
So if you're judging an event, like, and you see something that's about to happen because the one player is forgetting rules, you can't say anything, right?
You can't say anything, man. If you are the judge, nah.
Yeah, you can't say anything. Yeah, because I don't know if look at the board and tell me what you see in the blue deployment zone right now. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. He's those that blue squad is it's not scoring points.
We also might not make it to round 6 because there are currently 12 minutes left in
Yep.
round 5.
Why is the blue squad not scoring points?
It's not fully within.
It's the unit leader has to be fully, not the unit
No, it's the unit, isn't it?
leader.
No, I believe it's the unit.
Yeah. Read breakthrough.
Read breakthrough. Let's see.
Yeah, for each of their
Just read the
unit
card.
leaders
Oh,
within a deployment zone.
Okay, each their unit leaders. Okay, never mind. So
Yeah, me and Nikki had this.
score.
Nikki had it up
Hey,
here.
and there you go. This is exactly why
All right.
Endless and I don't win any games.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I don't win everything because clearly if I played perfectly, I would win everything. He says in a game heavily based on chance.
Yeah. So honestly, on Garn's side, I'm not quite sure.
Yet there
Maybe
are
that was
people
just
who
the way it rolled out.
Yet there are people who do consistently well at poker, so there is a skill involved, and the skill is knowing what the chances are, probably. So double moving down the stairs, getting in there. So three are through for Jay.
Yep.
Possibly 4 here.
Yeah, I think those. I think if anything, maybe it'll come down to points if this is the last round.
It may come down to points, yes. It's going to depend on whether Garn can keep a 4th unit leader out. There's no way that Leia can withdraw and still make it, so she has to punch her way out and try to go there.
Mm-hmm.
She has to punch her way out and try to move, and I don't know if she can go fully within. Now, if you're a commando leader and you just double move. So this may come down to whether Leia can punch her way out of this stormtrooper leader. Let me update how many units have broken through on each side. So it's 3. It's 3 for Jay currently and 3 for Garn currently, or will be 3 for Garn later in the round.
Yeah.
So Leia, will she punch her way out? She will. She punches her way out. So she crits the stormtrooper. He doesn't save. She's going to make it in fully. Wow.
Ooh.
So that is a 4th unit leader for Jay breaking through. It's going to come down to whether these snows can annihilate something on this turn. And then it'll go to points. So what does he have to kill here? He has to kill Leia or kill the command. He has to kill like a commando maybe. I'm not sure what it is. Let me look at this.
Yeah, this is tough.
This is suddenly very tough.
Let's see, who does he have that he can activate here? We've got a sniper coming out.
We've sniper, the snows, and we've got 2 snipers and a snow trooper.
Yep.
And Veer's already went, so you've also got DLTs that if they choose not to break through could finish off a unit. Or no, they can shoot and move. No, they can't. They have to double move.
Nah, they're too far back, yeah.
They have to double move. Crap.
Sniper is coming out here trying to get a double shot, I think, on that Mauve squad over there.
Mauve, yeah.
Mauve?
Mauve.
Mauve?
Mauve. The Mauve squad. Double move and fire. 8 minutes remaining. Now here's the thing. Yeah. If Garn can somehow force a round 6, which he probably will be able to do, or not force it, but if he can get to the natural conclusion of 5, I think
he better keep going. He better move quick.
Yeah, they should start hustling. I think Garn should try to make it to 5 here. We're pausing the clock because of a rules question. Sniper C pink. Are you in this lobby, R1? Did you get back in?
No, but I'm now looking at what you are. Well, if he hits the target, then we'll see the outline of the model, so that because you can see through the trooper bases. I haven't hit the attack button. and we'll be able to see the outline through that building.
Yeah, I want them to do that. They can hit the attack lines again. That'd be nice. Yeah, that leader there. No, that's the wrong unit leader.
So they're highlighted in blue.
Yeah. It's light blue. It's that one there. There we go. It's really close, isn't it? It's super close. I'm almost saying no.
Go back. Yeah, I think I might have to say no as well.
Yeah,
there was a chance that the base could have done there, but
I want to say
it's hitting the stairs.
But no, he can actually see the leader's hand right now.
Oh, no way.
He can see the leader's hand. It's barely visible, but it's there. It's a pink dot. Like, it's there though. Yeah, he can see the leader's hand.
There it is. But not the Z6, so he's clearly only getting one target.
I think the Z6 backpack is out as well.
You can see the backpack perfectly.
Yeah, the backpack's out as well.
Corner of it.
But it got a whiff anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, you can see the hand of the unit leader and the Z6 backpack.
Wow. Stop distracting him, Jesus. Alright, let him go. This is a Rebels punching Boba here. Aim punch. Boba takes one more wound, but he won't be dead.
Yeah, the Rebel Blue unit will count because his leader, the unit leader, is completely within the deployment zone there.
Fett withdraws. And I think we are going to round 6 in a moment here. Well, no, we've got 4 blue left and 3 red left. Wow, that's a long way to go, actually. There's gonna be some fast Legion.
They may have even, I don't know, maybe they've agreed to it. I don't know. Especially with the rules questions in there.
We don't know what they've agreed to. We have no way to know. These guys should go maybe tie up Snows and melee. Yeah, if they ties the Snows up in melee, that's also really good. Because that way they don't flame a stronger unit. It forces them to attack purple, which is only 2 hit points left. Yep.
Although that's not terribly bad. I mean, don't get me wrong.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It ties them up. It's absolutely perfect.
If I was Garn, that probably would have been my target, just to make sure that's one more point down.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, Garm might have just punched him anyway, like you're saying. It's gonna be 6 black, so it's not like they'll survive. It'll just keep a larger squad from getting flamered. That's all it will do.
Maybe. Like, this is, I think this is still better odds on his point than letting the snow troopers move out and, you know, flame, of course, right? He's gonna have essentially 1 less black die on the attack.
Okay.
So if for whatever reason he saves like a madman and those Snows can't clear out those 2 rebel troopers, I think that might be the game.
4 minutes and 45 seconds. Loading up his dice for the next attack here. Wisely. Wisely. It's the kind of stuff you do. Barely able to put that unit leader legally, but he does get it in there.
Yep. Now that the Wabe squad has gotten out of there.
Yep. And now it's all Garn's activations. So he's got 4 minutes to do 2 acti here. So I think we'll get round 6.
Just under the wire.
Just under the wire for the round 6 here. Garn really playing, I think he's just being pushed to his limit by Jay here. Now he's double moving with snipers. Is he going to try to tie up in melee and force withdrawals? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you do here. I mean, I think the damage is already done. And last one. Punching for 3 damage there. Gonna aim for 2 more. Getting 5 hits, and those troopers are dead. They're just history. So they have punched, and now they're gonna move. Setting up for flames next turn.
I do believe Jay's managed to kill 1 squad of stormtroopers so far.
So if it ended right now, this turn, Jedha won.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And now it'll be anybody's game.
Yeah, because he has 3 in. Yeah.
Yep. Now we're going to round 6, and time will expire in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, 3 in, and Jay had 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, if he'd have got to this turn, Jedha won. Fucking hell. Damn it, Jay, not knowing how to play the clock. Experience. That is his inexperience. That last activation would have took me 4 minutes.
Wow.
Broke my arm.
Shameless.
My foot would have fallen off.
Oh.
My foot would have fallen off. My dog would have died, and I don't even have one.
Yeah. Alright, save our skins versus discipline. Who will win priority? A Jay winning priority here would be absolutely massive. Ah, oh, Garn, 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3 on the priority rolls here for Garn.
I'd have loved to see him put this last wound on.
Absolutely brutal.
2 wounds on Boba Fett.
Yeah, props to Jay for hustling. That's absolutely true, Ben. I agree with you. He's definitely trying to... You know, I think gamers in general have a contentious relationship with the time limit. Yeah.
I play Guild Ball a lot, so time is something you learn to play with. It's a part of your list is time.
Yeah, it's just like in basketball, you know, where they're constantly like calling or constantly fouling to stop the clock, or putting balls out of bounds to stop the clock. You know, it's the kind of same thing. Or it's into football, but you know what I mean. The clock is part of the game, and you just play around it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. You're right. It is a pretty contentious relationship with the clock because in Guild Ball, it's explicitly called out like these are the rules for the clock, and everything else, there's a slow play rule involved where hey, like you're not allowed to slow play because that is against the rules.
Right, because there's it's basically giving your opponent the chance to actually play the game, essentially. So aim steady. What will he flamer? I have a feeling he will flamer. He may even split fire here and put grenades on Leia and flame the blue squad. But that could be some dangerous voodoo right there. Or you could put grenades on yellow and try to kill them off and blue. I think that's actually the best call right here. These Officer Snow is charging around the corner here. Yeah, so grenades on yellow, flamer on blue. For sure. Or no, it's the other way around. This is grenades. He's doing all 7 on them. Wow, he's not splitting.
Yeah, I don't know if I would split here either. He wants to confirm the kill, and
Wow, I think he needed every one of those hits.
it's going to be a point in order to do it.
Oh my god! 3 saves! Doesn't kill the leader.
Wow.
Just massive. Look at this, man.
3 white saves. Bailing Jay out again. Shouts
We're
my
now
toddler.
into trying to figure out, okay, well, who can do anything else left to really knock those points back out?
Does your toddler
wild.
know what a save is? All right, now the questions are going to arise. How do you play this? Oh man. Oh man.
Does he risk the try killing Bobber or charging Bobber?
Yeah, does he risk it?
I think I'd just charge him and then just see what happens.
Yeah, I would do that. I would absolutely charge into Boba right now and keep him out. Just to force it down to 3. I think they're trying to math it out. But this is something I'd hate it when players do this. They talk through it, but then they need to just do it, you know what I mean? Like, play the game. Don't just like sit there and theory craft an ending.
Right. It doesn't.
It adds nothing. It adds nothing.
It adds nothing to the game, and you think you're saving yourself some time.
Yeah,
but in reality, you end up doing the same thing exactly.
Yeah, just do your calculations in your head, okay? Just do them. Like, play the game. That's awesome, Ben. That's so cool.
All right. Well, let's see. If we are theory crafting here, right?
Which they
does he have
undoubtedly
perfect
are.
control?
Does he? Well, let's see. He's already got 4 leaders broken through. So the most he's ever going to get broken is 4. He needs to tie up Boba Fett. There's no question. Like, now you have to go into melee with Boba to prevent this from happening. Boba cannot kill his way out of melee with 3 wounds left on those rebel troopers. It's not possible. So these guys are going to move and punch Boba with no, they're shooting actually. Now they're shooting, but Boba's got heavy cover now. Why on earth? So no damage. Should have punched him. These guys are not doing cover correctly.
So, you know what? It's a shame he didn't use his grenades. Like, you got grenades on that unit. He has grenades and he didn't use it.
Oh, he didn't use his frag grenades. Whoops.
What an idiot. That's twice he's done it now. Twice. He didn't do it last turn. He just ran in and punched him when he could have just thrown grenades and shot him in the open.
Yeah, with the
Boba should have been dead.
Boba should be dead.
Boba should have been. Yeah. Should be massively dead.
But I think it might not even matter. Boba Fett cannot kill his way out of this right now.
Right, so he can't score a point. So, but if it does come down to points,
so
maybe.
Now
points that he would have liked Boba Fett dead.
So what Jay has to do is he has to preserve his unit leaders. So he has to preserve this commando leader because that guy's gonna die to a piercing shot from something. So yeah. It'll probably go to points. So let's start totaling the points right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now because I don't think they've got that many full squads dead. You know what I mean? Like
No,
there's a
no.
guard. There's a guard dead for Garn, and there's a scouts or sorry, commandos dead for Jay here.
Let's see. It'll be an IRG and a stormtrooper platoon down on Garn's side. The brown stormtrooper platoon got kicked to death by Leia there. But there are several rebel troopers down.
So currently there are, but I don't know if they're fully dead. That's the thing. Like which ones are fully dead?
All of them. Like there are only 2 rebel troopers on the board.
Oh really? Okay. Well, no, green is fully dead. Tan is fully dead.
And purple is fully dead.
And purple is fully dead. Yeah. So that's 3 rebel trooper squads.
He's got 6 rebel trooper squads. There are only 2 left on the table.
No, there are 3. I thought. There's red. Red is left and blue is left. Oh yeah, there's only 2. Whoa. So what was the other squad that got killed? Pink got killed.
Mauve. Yeah.
Yeah, Mauve got
they got
destroyed.
They got punched.
They got punched to death by Oh, they're on the other side of the table. Oh wow, so Garn's actually way up on points.
Yeah, he needs to kill Boba Fett there, I think.
Yeah, Garn is up. He's up by about the points of Boba here. Garn's got 339 points destroyed. Let's go.
Yeah, it's now going to come down to if he can put the last shot in and kill that commando squad.
Yeah, if he
I believe that leaves him with 3 and 3.
Yeah, if he kills that commando squad, it's 3 and 3 and goes to points, and that's way slanted in favor of Garn, especially with that commando squad dead. It's like there's no way this commando squad lives. I think Veers tries to kill it, like, or any of.
I mean, we thought that was going to be the case off the flamethrower shot, but
yeah,
hey.
but hey, little did we know that the white saves bailed him out yet again. Oh man. Jay has put in a really good game, and he's definitely pushed Garn. He's pushed Garn a lot in this game. There's no question. But I think Garn will eventually take it down. They're just being very careful what they do because every activation matters at this point.
Yeah.
What were the command cards this turn? Is Discipline and Saver Skins?
Yep.
Someone help him out. What? Wow, Garn's salty.
Oh man, I mean, we're clearly missing a ton of context here, but
we are.
I have to imagine they're just tossing.
He's trying to work out a way to win now.
Arms back and forth, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so the guy's shot and moved, isn't it? Is it just me, or is it Garn's activation here?
It is Garn's activation currently. I'm not sure why Garn isn't moving. I think he's trying to measure. I think they're just talking a lot about how this game will end, pretty much. It's par for the course at the end of Jay's games. Now that's an interesting point, Lunta. Lunta making the suggestion that Leia should start moving into melee with things to prevent them from shooting. Hand out dodges and then walk into melee with something. Or just double move into melee with something. Because, like, if you can prevent shots, that's a way to keep the leader alive. Jay just remembered he played Leia's 2-pip.
Well, isn't it only when a unit with a face-up act token act
Well, no, yeah,
I don't mean,
save our skins.
Yeah, so it could go with Leia, kill Summit.
but
Yeah.
he already activated his.
He can. It's when Leia activates, then you chain it. So it's based off Leia's activation. That's how save our skins works.
Okay.
Leia
so
activates and then she chains it.
I'm still confused as to whose turn it is here.
Oh, it should be Garn's turn. Isn't it Garn's turn? I'm gonna ask them.
Storm's in the end zone one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What?
Okay, Storm's in the
So
end
this-
zone, dodge standby, likely.
But why?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, why would you waste time?
Why would you
Maybe-
why would you not move and shoot it? What are we missing?
Yeah, what am I missing here? I'm not sure. Yeah, Leia double move, tie up the sniper. That's good.
Yeah, what?
That's very good.
Why would you move these guys instead of? I don't.
And then
Huh.
activate Wookiees and double move charge Veers with the leader in the zone. Like, you're gonna kill him.
Then and that's it.
That's it. Like,
game over.
that's game over. Right?
Yeah. Why would you? All right.
Wow. No, why is he snapping them like that? They have to be snapped in melee with the base. I don't understand. I'll tell him to fix it if Veers lives. If Veers doesn't live, whatever. It would still matter. Okay, so 5 for Veers. Veers survives on 2 wounds. Yeah, isn't that... How is he going to kill that commando leader?
Yeah,
Brown-
right. Like, I mean,
Brown
okay,
sniper
maybe there's a
can't see him.
sniper that can get him.
Brown sniper can't see. How does this... Like, what am I missing, man? Like, how many wounds does Leia have? She has 0, right?
No, Leia's got 2,
Leia's
but
got
still
2.
not
Okay, still not enough. Okay. I don't see a way out for this. Boba cannot kill his way out of this clusterfuff.
And he only gets a speed 1 move.
Yeah, so he withdraws, doesn't do anything. I'm really confused.
No, if I was Jay, I'd go with yellow and move it round just so the sniper can't see him.
Yeah.
Just hide. All he has to
I don't
do,
understand why we are not killing this yellow guy.
Yeah, this yellow guy needs to die. I don't understand.
Yeah, what are we not seeing here?
Ben yelling double clamor up the tower. Then roll the 6 and die. Technically, he can't do that, right? Because he can't. There's no stopping point.
No, you can do a double
You
clamber.
can double clamor. Okay.
Yep.
I'm so confused right now.
Jay's seeing if that sniper can fit there. So he's going to move the commando to there with a speed 2 move in like a weird L shape. And then he wins the game.
Has to be a 1 move. Has to be a 1 move. He can't move off the board. What is he doing?
Just double moving.
Oh, it's just double moving. Okay, so he's gonna move out and then move back. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's just going to move
good.
to there. Guarantee that he can't get shot.
Yeah, so now, I mean, that's game over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did Jay just win? just watched Jay win.
Oh my
I,
god.
I think so, and we're all
Did I
very
just-
confused
We're
as
all
to what
extremely
Garmin was up
confused.
Why
to.
did it go with a trooper unit up at the top instead of just activating Veyers, running around and shooting that guy and winning?
Right?
Did he not? Did Garn not see that? I don't think Garn saw that. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't think Garn saw that Via's moving out of his deployment zone, shooting the yellow guy wins in the game.
I think I'm legitimately insane because I think there's something I'm not seeing. And I'm not one to second guess a player who's better than me, but holy crap, that doesn't seem right.
There's 3 units in.
It's 4 units in.
4 units in Garns, 3 in J's. It's the end of the game. There's no more activations other than Via's that can't do ult.
Yeah, Veers can't do anything at all. He just withdraws.
The sniper withdraws, and that's game over.
Yeah.
Huh.
Cute.
Understand why they're still
Wow.
playing. Yeah.
Wow.
What the
Wookiees cohere
fuck?
out.
Wait.
Nope, you can't.
What?
You can't disengage. You can't disengage to re-engage. You can never disengage and re-engage.
You can't do that.
No,
Actually, I
he's
don't
done
think
that wrong. You can't.
I think you
Wow.
You can never.
You?
Yeah, you
No,
you can't
no,
disengage. Re-engage.
I think you can. I think Luke Weddy even commented at our rules channel about that.
I don't know.
Hey guys, you 100% can. You can disengage into. This is legal.
Is it legal?
It's 100% legal.
Okay. Let me go. Let me go ask some people I know. Okay.
Right. So they rule temporarily because I asked this question, and they rule temporarily. Well, they're going to rewrite the withdrawal rule. They said, but temporarily, yes, you can do this because I disagreed with it, but they said you can do it.
That's a fucking horrible thing to do. That is horrible.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I got you on. I got you on everything.
This is a completely Garn move. Like I would not put it past him. Like he's just been holding on to it the whole time. But man.
Well, it's funny because I've had myself muted obviously the entire game, and when he tied him up in melee, I think that he can pull that leader out of that deployment zone if he were to, re-engage him.
Yeah.
But I thought he was going to do it with Veers instead, though. Not that when he moved Veers off, I thought, oh, this is bad. But then he moved the sniper. I should try to find it.
You can do it in. He can do it and keep his unit leader there.
No, they're correct actually. That you can do it this way. Currently, rules is written.
You don't move unit leader if nothing else can move into base contact. So he moves the other 2 guys first, making it impossible for the unit leader to move into base contact, and the unit leader just stays where he is and stays in the zone.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, Ellis, you are correct about that. If there's a way that he could cohere it so that it's impossible for the leader to move, then yeah, his leader would stay where it is.
But I don't know if you can do that with just 3 guys.
What? So why would they re-engage each other? That doesn't make sense to me.
Because they were not engaged with anyone.
They were engaged with Veers.
Veers moved away.
Oh, Veers withdrew. Okay, fair enough.
So what he should have done is engage with Veers, pull everyone onto Veers, and then engage with the scout to force the leader to engage the Wookiee leader. So this is correct, but Garn misplayed it.
So right now, Jay cannot move that unit leader.
He's got his no. His
Yeah.
Wookiees are way too close. Like they're overlapping the base. Move those bases back so they're not overlapping. It's impossible to block it with 3 units. Like with 3
so?
minis. Yeah.
I've never tried it before.
Doesn't he get to choose the order of where they snap?
Definitely Jay gets to do it. But yeah, I think it's impossible to do it with 3.
Yeah, like he's dropping them way too close. Like that's absolutely a legal fit right there.
Yeah,
like
that's
if he can
fit.
overlap like with a couple millimeters of his base onto that scout there. Yeah. I don't think it's possible to do it with 4. 5, yes. But essentially, he's now trying to figure it out. But at least have him like move his guys back. Like, come on.
You have to get as many in as possible. That's absolutely true.
Oh, that's fair. It might be as many as possible.
Hello.
Hi, we're trying to figure this out along with you all, but I think you are correct.
Yeah, so melee rules. Jay's listening to you guys, so you guys persuaded him there to try. But melee rules says if it's possible, you have to be in.
Yeah, so I guess, has anyone actually done this in real life to see if it's possible to block with only 3? I've never tried to do it.
It is. I think it's actually possible. Yeah.
But yeah, so either it's possible to block with 3 or it's not, right? So if it's possible to block with 3, then he can't pull the leader out, and if it's impossible to block with 3, then he can pull the leader out.
At this point, though, it's would he have known that?
I'm gonna go grab my minis right now. I'm gonna go grab 3 Wookiees and a scout sniper and do it on my table and take a picture.
And
of
it might actually be like in the rules, you can't do it, like because the rules say, hey, listen, you've got to force yourself to put as many in melee as you possibly can.
Yeah. So someone get the melee rules. I'm gonna go get some minis. I'll be right back.
Everybody get the rules out.
I'm also playing with some minis as well right now.
God, you just concede.
Yeah, I don't know. No, to me it looks like it's impossible to block with only 3. I think you have to have 4 to block.
Let's see. Consult the tomes.
Didn't Garn then just go with 2 units in a row?
He did, but is
not.
Jay out? I don't know.
Yeah, he's out of activations.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I can make
Jay
this very
still has
simple.
the
I can
blue
make this very-
unit.
No,
You
I
could
can make
move round and cohere around it, and then you can't move into
It's-
the Wookiees.
It's actually not possible with 4. I just did
it
it.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
It
kind of
doesn't
agree.
matter.
I think with
Yeah.
3 you can't block, so
I'm gonna-
it would
I'm
pull
gonna-
the Wookiees out.
I'm gonna take a
It doesn't
picture.
matter anyway.
I'm
I was
posting
gonna
to Discord.
Guys, just let me finish. If you can re-engage, then I concede. It's fine.
You can re-engage. It's 100% legal.
Then that is fine. and
Yeah, I knew you could
that's GG.
re-engage.
Yeah, going into melee is not an action; it's a game effect.
But I thought you couldn't do game effects.
We already had the. We're not going to get back
Yeah.
into this. We gave the
Yeah.
word.
Okay.
That was the big old thing on Discord one day.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
I was in
enough,
the
but-
debate. I was in the debate whether or not re-engaging was a game effect.
One thing I was questioning is could Beers have withdrew to the other side of the Wookiees and re-engaged the Wookiees?
You can't
That you
withdraw
can't
into
do.
yourself.
That you can't withdraw and go into the same melee. I do
Yeah,
remember
absolutely.
Luke mentioning that.
Okay, so I played it correctly then.
But
Yeah,
you activated late Vias and moved out, yeah?
Yeah.
So then Jay activates this blue trooper unit, which is his next activation. Moves round and coheres his blue guys around the Wookiees so that you then cannot charge into melee with the Wookiees and you can never disengage them.
It doesn't matter.
So
we're
stream,
not
I have a
playing it like
camera
that.
here.
Oh, I
You
like
can
the
take a look.
live action camera with
Yeah.
Wookiees to boot.
With Wookiees and a sniper.
And a sniper.
The
Well
correct
done.
models. There we go. So this is not possible to
I mean-
block with those. So I think that
It
proves it.
doesn't
I
matter.
think.
Right.
Wouldn't
If
be able
you,
to get
I'm
there.
not bothered about that if you can fit 4 in, because I wouldn't have done it. I didn't think about it. I'm more just bothered about if you can re-engage, and I'm happy to call it there. We'll call it as that. And then we're all presuming he beat me on points. Oh, okay, he did actually beat me on points.
Yeah, he beat you on points.
I was just messing. Yeah, I'm not. It's fine. The thing is, you're talking about
Luta coming in with the wisest circle in a plane surrounded by 6 other circles. I love it. I love geometry. But yeah, you can absolutely withdraw into a melee. It's 100% correct. So yeah, that's it.
That
But the
is a
ruling was that
GG.
you cannot withdraw into the same melee. Is that true?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I
So
don't
that's
know.
why Veers could not withdraw from the Wookiees into the Wookiees.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I don't know why that would be illegal, but unless that was a specific ruling.
I know it does make sense that you can't do that, but I don't know.
And yeah, these blue guys here, they have to go around this evaporator.
Yeah, I don't know what else he's talking about. But
But
it
we'll
doesn't
say
matter
if this is how the game ends, R1
they
and
wouldn't
Ellis,
do-
y'all have a lot to live up to.
Golly.
The blue guys wouldn't even be able to co-leader out.
I'm already
take a
tired
shot.
just from this rules.
I know, right? Just for this rules debate. That's amazing.
Like, I just need to go take a nap. Like,
I
I'm
know.
done. I'm good.
Was
This
this
an
your
incredibly
strategy?
tense game. It was brilliantly played on both sides.
It really was. It was very well done. This game.
I must say, I
And
didn't say it. I didn't say it because I think Garn came into your chat. But GG Garn, really appreciate the game. I'm
GG,
glad we got
man.
to turn 6. You were pushing me. We got there. I'm happy about that. Lovely move at the end. Good game.
Good game, man.
All right. Well, Garn
Yeah, good
pulling a rabbit out of his hat and forcing a game 3. It looks like.
Yeah. Honestly, by my calculations earlier in the game, they all went.
I guess that makes up for
away.
the miserable snow trooper
Oh my gosh, the
onto
flamer
the,
attack with Boba.
unit
the
attack
snow.
earlier in the
Yeah,
beginning.
none of the
turn, 'cause
none of the flamethrowers worked at all this game. It was kind of shocking.
And then it's like he
that
rubbed,
was that. I mean, that move really should have iced it.
I'm
Oh
not gonna
my
lie.
lord.
I'm still salty about not killing Bubba. I don't think that would have necessarily swung it in my favor, would it? Please tell me no. Because if I would have fragged him, I would have killed him.
It would have. Sorry.
For fuck's sake. Sorry about swearing.
It would have put you over by 6 points or so.
Because I rolled 2 black dice, hit. If presumably with red dice, if they would have done the same, then I would have actually converted the surge.
blame your captain for giving you a list you didn't know.
Didn't know. It's true. I've not played this list. Only
What an
Rebels
insane
about 2 weeks ago.
ending. I've got a wow.
Yeah. So I was sitting there the whole time with like that stuff up my sleeve, and he just never saw it. Because
I've never seen anybody do
It's
it.
not
'cause I
sewing
actually-
it. It's not knowing it.
Yeah,
I didn't-
Saying and knowing's 2 things.
No, that's not true. I actually saw the conversation, and I was pretty convinced that you couldn't do it.
Right, that's what I
So-
argued for, and that's why you probably thought that in like screw tape argument.
Yeah, I saw it in the chat, but I never actually knew.
And this is why I said it shouldn't be allowed, is for shenanigans like this, but YOLO, you know.
Yeah. I'm not. The thing is, if I don't do that anyway, you might have just moved and shot the guy on his own. So it's not like it.
Yeah,
Right.
the
I
whole
could've done something
time
else.
we were just shouting at the
I forgot
screen.
Ray's thing.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Why isn't he moving Veers?
If-
Why isn't he just shooting it? It's that one guy. If
I
he
would've-
kills that one guy, he wins.
And see, that's the thing. If this ruling had come back differently, like, you know, I would have been mad because, I would have done everything differently in real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And here's my view of it currently as written. I believe that actions are a subset of game effects. Therefore, entering melee is a game effect and not an action. But that's just the
But
way I'm viewing it.
I thought the rule actually says game effects. Actually
No,
says game
it says
effects can't be
actions.
triggered. Does it?
It says skip. You skip your perform action step. Is what you do
when you withdraw?
When you withdraw,
Yeah.
yes, you skip your
I
perform action step.
thought there was a thing that said withdrawing can't trigger game effects.
Well, right, and I think it can't trigger your own game effects. Like clearly you can't trigger your own, stand or your own steady shot, right?
It's definitely
But
poorly worded.
you can trigger somebody's standby token.
You can trigger that,
Well-
yeah. Because it says if a game effect triggers by a unit moving, that
Yes.
game effect cannot be triggered by withdrawing.
You guys want to
Yes, that's
jump
very
right into
vague,
R1's
isn't it?
game?
I don't know. I think I want to take a meal break because I haven't eaten.
Yeah.
So
I need to get going. So if anyone has questions or anything.
yeah, does anybody have questions for the players? Because this was quite an ending and unexpected, but definitely a demonstration of why this particular rule needs to be clarified.
So one of those might end up getting changed, because somebody somebody did it in one of the leagues. What's his name? Barra, jumping off the board, running off his board with Leia.
Lesson learned: always charge murder the sniper. Yes, always do that.
I wasn't happy. To be fair, I'll talk about the game. We'll just even if
Sure,
Garrett
sure.
goes, but,
Or lesson learned, move lay around and shoot it dead and not charge it.
the sniper, you mean?
Yeah, you should have just moved around and shot it dead.
Yeah. Also,
It's
lesson
like that,
also
anything.
lesson learned: you can bombard and shoot in the same turn. That's actually legal.
Yes, yes. There
If
was
you-
a few different. Oh God,
if you'd
let
have
me
just-
let me start with my mistakes before you all
Sorry.
get in.
Fucker.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry,
Let
we're
me
just
start.
we're just piling on.
Right, I'll tell you what I did wrong. Number
Okay,
one, the
let's
start,
go. Let's go.
I probably should have played recover the supplies. That might have been a bit more interesting for us and a bit of a move. You might not have seen that at the start. Number two, there was a billion things I did wrong. But yeah, when I moved Leia here, I should have shot the DLTs and then bombarded the other snipers. Fine, yes. And then at the end, yeah, maybe I could have just moved Leia to here and shot the sniper. Then the Wookiees couldn't have got re-engaged, but I've never seen that before. So I'm happy with that.
If you
Like,
shot
I'm
the
not-
sniper, you'd have won.
Yes, but I didn't realize there was going to be some shenanigans. I just thought, you get in contact. If you shoot the sniper and he doesn't die, whereas if you get in melee, I'm like, it's guaranteed. Again, I didn't use my grenades. If I use my grenades, Bubba dies, I win on points. There's so many things in this game that really I'm going to go home. I already am
Or
at
if
home.
you'd have done activations properly, you might have been able to circle around with the
Oh,
blue.
Jesus
With the
Christ.
blues.
Oh man.
If you wouldn't have activated twice in a row, you might be able to circle around with the blues.
Okay. Alice, right, okay. And when you picked me, I
Salty
never said
player.
I was
I'm a
good.
salty player. I hate gotchas, so I'm salty as fuck because I hate gotchas.
Oh, it is a bit of a gotcha.
I absolutely hate them. Absolutely. I think anybody who does it is a horrible person. So,
Oh,
Garnanana.
I can't wait to pull some real horse shit in our next follow-up game here, Ellis. That's I'll be looking for it.
I'm not salty. I mean, all through the game, he was telling me I was playing slow. Did you notice I was playing slow? Was I?
No,
You're just a slow player.
I thought you weren't playing slow. He's just giving you a hard time because he wants you to play better. That's all.
Okay, because I don't think I am pretty slow, but I'm not like slow. I don't think.
Oh, bro, I would say you're faster than like 75% of players, honestly.
Oh, that's a relief. I'll tell Garn. I'll message him. And then so he bugs me all game, Garn, and then pulls that shit at the end. Come on.
Garn wants you to play speed chess with him. That's what he wants you to do.
Well, I'm not good at chess. Yeah, alone speed
Yeah.
chess.
Oh, I didn't you shoot the fucking sniper? Also, Jay, why didn't you play the game properly and not let Garn activate twice in a row and bubble wrap with your blue guys?
What are you talking about? I mean, come on. What do you mean?
Let me
do
just
you mean?
show you something. Go to spectator. Let me be red player.
I don't actually know what you mean by. I don't understand what you mean by
I'll
shooting the
I'll
bloody
show you.
sniper.
I'll show you. Go to spectator. Let me be red player.
What is
I'll
it?
show you
Come
this.
on.
Let me show you.
Hang on, just real quick, publicly in front of everyone. Let me shame you just for another 5
It's
minutes.
fine. I
promise
can
it'll
take
only
it. My
take 5
ego can
minutes.
take this.
Yeah.
I'm a big man. I'm a grown adult.
Yeah, right. You know what, Jay? At least you could say that you've got better hair than Ellis.
Oh, I mean, he's got it all like shaved and short.
Yeah, and I
stuff.
agree. It's a stupid rule. So, and this has never come up before, so you shouldn't feel bad about it.
I don't feel
Yeah,
bad at all.
it's never come up before in like this capacity, and it's actually a chance for the community to see it in action. Like it's definitely worth looking at, and like how it actually decides the game. These very specific rulings and how dramatically it affects the outcome on breakthrough, especially.
Is he gonna tell me? He wants me to move to here, and then move to here, and then go here. Here?
No, you've moved it now. No, you've ruined it.
Is this what you're saying?
Basically, you go here like that, and because he can't end on top of you guys, he has to charge unit leader. Therefore, he doesn't just remove you unit leader and you win.
I mean, I'm not smart enough to even understand it now, yet alone do that in a game. So I'm not gonna
You do that.
cry about it.
From
Yeah.
here,
Yeah, so Via's withdraws. And then he
Yeah, here it
charges.
is.
I see what he could charge the. Yeah,
only
I see what you're
charges
saying.
the unit leader, and he doesn't have to move. So if you do activations properly, instead of Gan doing a double activation, that's all I'm saying.
I'm with you. I would never have thought of this. I'm honestly
Okay.
not smart enough or good
So-
enough to think about that.
So before we go, I have to take a meal break. So I'm gonna go to like a holding screen and then probably turn the stream off for a second just to reset everything. So guys, the ruling that we're referring to is withdrawing. Can you enter melee with another unit and start a melee? And currently, as the rules are written, that is legal. you can withdraw and enter melee with a different unit. And what ended up happening here was the entrance into melee forced a recohesion that dragged the unit leader out of the deployment zone for breakthrough, and therefore forced a tie, and the game went to points, which Garn cleaned up handily. So it was it was sort of a last gasp
say
effort.
handily? I could have killed Bubba.
I said clean up on points.
Shoulda.
I said on points. On points.
Yeah, I could have killed Bubba.
No, dude.
Right.
Can I just
numbers.
tell you something,
Oh, you
Jay?
mean numbers? All right, okay.
Completely neutral perspective. You played extremely well, and
Oh, you're too kind.
you pushed Garn to his limit. I'll tell you, 100%. Like the way this game ended up.
You're too
Could have
kind.
shot that sniper. I wouldn't have had to
Oh
play
my
the
god,
game.
I'm gonna, guys.
Now I've got to play a game and I'm fucking mad as fuck.
Oh man.
Oh, it's weird. Like, yeah, the game was interesting. I made the decision to come around the back here. I thought it would give my best option. A bit of me was tempted to put the Wookiees on my deployment, just to sort of wait till he came in and slow them down. Maybe that would have been better, but I ended up doing all right against Bubba and slowing him down and stuff. So I tried my best. I didn't win. Tricky little move at the end. Could have gone either way. I'm happy enough.
Oh yeah,
I
it was
wins, but
every round, every action was vital to the game turning out the way it turned out. So it was excellent.
yeah. I'm glad. I hope it was a fun game. That's all I can really say.
Well, with this, it will force the rubber match. So we are going to be back in about 20 minutes here with the final game of the series between the Silent Nobs and an entire Legion. It's going to be R1H4 versus Ellis.
Good luck, Ellis. I'm going to bed.
A very, very salty, angry Ellis. It's not going to be a fun game. I'm warning you now. The last thing on the earth I hate is bullshit shenanigans like that. Especially when you don't tell your opponent you're going to do it.
No, I don't think.
That's-
You tell me that and I change my plan. So I don't have any ill will. I think it was a good move.
It's
you
a
come
got
up
you,
with
it's a
something
got you.
creative, you deserve to win, I think. So
Yeah, this coming from the guy that won his invaded league off of Luke not being able to jump down from a tall building. It's okay. It's all right.
I actually said to Luke, in the minute we realised you could do it, I said, take it back, you win. And he said no.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
Good for
I
Luke.
literally turned around to him, said, take it back. If you can jump down, you can jump down. You win. And he said, no, this is how it's played out.
I've played Ellis in a tournament and he was all right. Not great, but all right.
Hey, can
So-
you make me the mod real quick before we turn the stream off? Just give me promotion.
I can possibly promote you if I can figure this stuff out. Is this not going to be why didn't I shoot the sniper again, is it?
No,
Why didn't you shoot the sniper?
something more fun. Something more fun than that.
More fun than that. What kind of shenanigans are going on here?
Yeah.
What is he dropping in? I'm watching him on his stream. I still can't figure it out.
I have to be a color to actually do this. Yo, if you're red or blue right now, pick that up and flip it over. Hit the F key, pick it up and hit off.
Only can't
Ellis.
change his cover.
Ellis,
What am I doing?
pick up this salt shaker and flip it over.
Where's the salt shaker?
It's over here on the table. You salty man.
Where?
Right up here. Come on.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Flip it over.
Can I just say that Ellis, who didn't play the game, is more salty about this than I am.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Oh, yeah. You played it fucking perfect. Like, you did.
Yeah.
You did some bad shit, but you played that so fucking well. I'm more proud than fucking out.
Yeah,
Oh, you're too
exactly.
kind.
Exactly. Like it
I
was
think
a very
I
good
put
game.
myself in a
The fact
few
that you
bad
lost.
positions, forgot a few things, but
It's just you lost on that. That's.
No, that's the breaks, man. Like that's tabletop.
now I regret not just playing for turn 5. You know, I should have just slow played him. If he was gonna do that, I should have slow played him.
You and Ellis both.
I don't want to slow
Although,
play people.
I wish you did an activation order and then just done this, Jay. Literally, if you play in the right way the game's meant to be played, like activation order, and you do this, you just can't lose.
Look, I would never, ever, ever in a million years think about doing that. So don't worry about that. The one thing I would have thought about doing was shooting the goddamn sniper. Like, that's something I should have thought about, and I should have just done it.
You could have.
I was a bit. To be fair, Lee was in a bit of a weird position because she would have been. She might not have been able to get back in the deployment area. That actually is true. She might not have been able to get there.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't measure it, did I? I didn't check. Didn't think about it.
Yeah, but you also had the Wookiees that could have shot the sniper and gone into trees.
Oh.
All right. Well,
All right.
with
on
that
note, I'm gonna sign off so that I could prep. I got to do some stretches here.
Yeah,
you know,
you got to stretch your fingers. Get your
make sure my hotel Wi-Fi connection is actually going to last for the next 4 hours. I'm sure that's how long this game is.
You got to
going
get
to take.
greased up for this game.
Great game, guys.
Great game. Well
I enjoyed
played.
it. I know Garn's not here, but GG to Garn.
Yeah, GG Garn.
I still think he deserves it for the funkiness. If you could write that at the time.
No, he won. There's no question. He won, but
no doubt. So
yeah. All right, folks. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. Is that long enough for you guys? 20 minutes?
Yeah, that'll let me slam a couple of White Russians here. Yep.
All right. So we'll be back in about 20, 30-ish with R1H4 versus Ellis. But for now, we'll sign off. We'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, everyone. We'll be back soon. But before I go, I just want to sign off and say thanks to everybody that sponsored the prize pool for this team league. Dan Wolf Games, the Legion Discord, the Fifth Trooper Podcast, and the Terrain Studio, and Notorious Scoundrels as well. Check out danwolfgames.com, thefifthtrooper.com, the Terrain Studio on Facebook and Patreon, podcast.notoriousscoundrels.com, and of course the Legion Discord, which I'm sure many of you already know and love. But we'll see you in about half an hour, and until next time, I'm Endless from Yavin Base signing off, and we'll see you in a little while here.